What is going on, everybody? Good Monday evening. Welcome to the Giants therapy session. It has been a while since I've hung out with you guys and girls just to hang out, a Q&A, all that stuff. Obviously, the NBA playoffs, football, the MLB playoffs, obviously really busy with the Lakers and the Yankees. Lakers in the finals. So the finals are here. Basketball is almost over. Yankees probably not going to be in the playoffs long, but as long as they're there, I'm going to try to cover that as much as I can as well. And once all that stuff is done, guys, I'm going to get back to the collabs, the round tables, all that stuff that we were doing before during the pandemic when there was no sports. So I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to see if I can get, like Ed Oliver, Philly 500, Mark Holmes back on the channel, kind of figure out what they think about their team so far and everything else once some of these playoffs stop. It's weird to have all these playoffs at one time, but that's what we got. Figured I'd have a couple of adult beverages with you guys and gals. We all need to drown our sorrows with how piss poor the New York Giants are. So I'm going to take a drink and say hello to Edward Chen, Johnny Kelly, Brandon Rogers, Dustin Bolanos, Scotty H., my man in Afghanistan. Elmo on crack is back in the house. Danny Brandy, what's going on? Stephen Lilly, my man from across the pond. What's going on, brother? Always good to see my man, Stephen Lilly. Sean Torres, Octavius Brown, Pickle Rick, 49ers Empire. My man JD is in the house. Big 49er fan over there. Congratulations to the 49er fans for, I don't even know if there's a word for what you did to the New York Giants. Sodomize is a good word because you guys absolutely raped the New York Giants is what happened in that game. So yeah, it's pretty bad for us, but good for you guys. Octavius Brown, Zachary, that purple Evo, New York Giants fan. What's going on? Duke Bothers. He said, I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah, I think this should be a whole NFC East. I think this should be a whole NFC East therapy session. The best team in this division, the one with the best outcome on Sunday was the Philadelphia Eagles, who tied the Cincinnati Bengals. That is how bad our division is, that a tie with the Bengals is the best the NFC East could come up with. That is pathetic. Timothy Underwood, Dr. Great, Bautista Leon. What's going on, guys? Jonathan Escobar, Saddam Smith, Abe Kassaman, Jack Locke, Knicks TV, Charles Meckwood. What's going on? Christopher Hidalgo, Double XG Bear, Zeke Fan, Big Blue Elo, Tiamat, Christy Braunbeck. What's going on, guys? PTA Sports, my main man. What is going on, brother? Stephen Wolf, Gang Green, David. That poor guy's going through the same things we are going through here with the New York Giants. Hold on one second. Let me turn my fan on. I forgot to do that. Let me hit the fan real quick. I'll be right back. It's right over here. I just got to turn this thing on because it's Hell's Basement down here, guys. So it is very, very hot down here for whatever reason. We just do this. There we go. Alrighty, sorry about that, everybody. It's a little cool air in here, but I appreciate you guys and girls being here. Like I said, we'll just hang out for a couple hours, Q&A, whatever you want to talk about. Obviously, the New York Giants on the forefront, but a disgraceful performance by the Giants. I know most people understood my video after the game. Some people, I always like the people who are like, you're not a fan, how you giving up with the team? I'm like, people don't watch the videos. Like, that is one of my pet peeves on YouTube. Now, I can't expect everybody to watch all the videos. I know that a lot of people on YouTube have ADHD and they can't actually get through a 6-minute video. I understand that. But, if you're going to say something, at least watch the video. Because right in the video, I say I'll never give up on the Giants and I'll never root for them to lose. I'm just really ticked off with them right now. And like I said, it makes me want to say I'm not wearing my Giants stuff. I do anyway. But it was an embarrassing performance. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't think any Giants fan could argue that. It was a terrible performance. Nothing good to take out of it. Nobody played well. It stinks. But I sit here and I made the video about Gettleman. And a lot of people seem to agree with that too. And I know that it starts with ownership. I know ownership is bad. I understand that. It all starts with ownership. You're not a bad team for 7 years with a bunch of different GMs and a bunch of different coaches and having the same result without ownership. I'm a Knicks fan. I understand this stuff. The Mets go through it. The Redskins have gone through it. Or the Washington team has gone through it. Dallas goes through it with Jerry Jones. There's a lot of bad owners, and they ruin teams. And, Maras and Tishes don't know what the hell they're doing. I mean, this is in 1995. I don't know where they're getting their football acumen. I don't know where they're getting their scouting team. I don't know where they're getting any of this stuff. But the stuff they're doing is outdated. This is a quarterback-driven league, which is why I'm saying if the Giants do end up being 2-14 and get number one, you can expect Trevor Lawrence here. I really think that's the way they would go. I know people, they sit there and they talk about, well, bad dog, Eli Manning, this and Eli Manning that. Eli Manning would have been – but listen, guys, that was 15 years ago. Like, the game has changed from 15 years ago. Now I am going to do a whole video on that and Daniel Jones tomorrow, kind of explain what I'm trying to say about Daniel Jones. I think some people misconstrue what I'm saying about him. And again, that's just par for the course on the internet. That's just how it goes. So I see my lady Melissa May's in here. What's going on, Melissa May? Always good to see you. Thank you for joining the stream. The Future Gamers in the house, New York Sports Hub, Zoom Elites, Future Gamer, Mavericks Country, Bears Fury Real. Jerry Jones is a fantastic. Yeah, I sense a little sarcasm, dude. I agree, FTW. I'll always call them the Redskins. Always be the Redskins. Me, Johnny Gooch. What's going on, man? J-Dog, we're pretty bad, brother. We're pretty bad. We suck is an understatement. Chris Tyler, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining the stream. Timothy Underwood, what's going on, brother? Ian Jones, yes, it's been a while, no doubt about it. Triple J, what's good, my man? Charlie P, thank you for being here. X King Bear, what's going on? I know we'll have the Lakers here in a couple days. I do plan on doing the Yankee game tomorrow, just so you guys know. I am going to do the Yankees and Indians playoff game, but the Lakers finals are going to take precedence over the Yankees. I've streamed the Lakers all season long. This is the finals. That's going to be what I do. I'm not about to bail on all these Laker fans that have been with me for 6 months. Like, I can't do that. And so, when they play together, I have to choose the Lakers. That's just how that goes. Hopefully the Yankees are still around after the Lakers win the whole thing. That's what I'm hoping for. Benjamin, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly, man. I really appreciate it, brother. I need a therapy session myself. Sports expert Lover KP just asked me out on a date. I need some beer. Lakers versus Heat. Bring number 17 home. I got a beer right here for you, my man. Right here. I got a full one right here, Benjamin. You can't really see it because I can do Houdini with this thing, but it's a full beer right here, Benjamin. You're more than welcome to Heineken if you want it. It's Laker Dog for a reason. Yeah, like I said, Jay, I've been doing Lakers for 6 months. I can't bail on them in the finals. That's not going to happen. Victor, what's going on? Stable sports fan, what's going on? Dags is in the house. JCS, Devin Pritch, Justina, my lady, how you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. Sox Razor, what's going on? Gettleman needs to go. I agree. We'll talk about Gettleman. We'll talk about Daniel Jones. We'll talk about the ownership. We'll talk about whatever you guys want here. Greg is Simaluka. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel, brother. I really appreciate it. Brilly. Greg Simaluka. Welcome to the Dog Pound, my friend. All my Dog Pound members, where you at, man? Welcome, Greg Simaluka, to the Dog Pound. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you. Kika Machine, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. John Ferry, what's going on? Steven says, I'll ask you a question. Big Dex and Andrew Thomas on the O-line explain how a new quarterback helps this team with DJ's weapons. I'm going to tell you in a second. Roldy, thank you for the super chat. You're the man. Brilly. He says, what up, bad dog? I had no clue you were doing a live stream. I appreciated your videos today. We need to change it to a more modern-day football team. What did you think of my boys ready to change the team? Did I not comment? Did I not respond to you on that, Roldy? I thought I did, but I completely agree with your guy. I absolutely 100% agree with him. I did put that I was going to go live in the community notes. It was kind of a last-second thing. I'm like, you know what? Let's go live. I haven't done a Hangout tonight. There's no Yankees. There's no Lakers. It's late. My kid and my wife are sleeping, so I figured let's do one of these. We do need a therapy session. We do need to talk it out. Steven, so I'm going to get back to your question. Here's the thing, okay? This is the thing. Sarah Small, my lady. Brilly. Sarah Small is back. Sarah, welcome back to the Dog Pound, my lady. Where are my Dog Pound members? Welcome Sarah back into the Dog Pound. Let's go. But Steven, as I was saying, okay, this is a quarterback-driven league. Right? And again, I'm going to discuss this in my Daniel Jones video tomorrow, right? I'm going to do a video about Daniel Jones. I need to do a separate video for him. But what I'm going to say is, and I kind of touched on it today in the Gettleman video. Daniel Jones is like Dak Prescott to me, okay? Daniel Jones could be great with great talent around him, but he can't do it himself. He can't elevate. He's not an elite quarterback. He'll never be an elite quarterback. He doesn't have the skill set to be an elite quarterback. So he needs a bunch of talent. Whereas a guy like Trevor Lawrence, a guy like Joe Burrow, actually Joe Burrow's kind of surprised me, I'm not going to lie. I didn't think he'd be as good so quick. But these type of guys like Russell Wilson, guys like Aaron Rodgers, guys like Drew Brees, they don't need it. They can carry a team on its own. This is a quarterback-driven league. Now, I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence would come in here and throw 58 touchdowns and throw for 5,000 yards and throw 8 interceptions. So I'm not saying that would happen. He would struggle. Okay, this line's bad. I know there's no talent, but Daniel Jones to me is the type of quarterback that needs a bunch of talent. Whereas I don't think Trevor Lawrence needs. I think his skill set is better than Daniel Jones. And it's not even that I'm wanting Trevor Lawrence. Like I've said a number of times, I'm critical of Daniel Jones. And that's simply because, as we talked about in the live stream on Talking Giants, I give him tough love because I expect more of him because I think highly of Daniel Jones. I do. I think he has a good enough skill set to win. But what Daniel Jones' problem is, he's got to stop turning the ball over. This doesn't have anything to do with the lack of talent there. He makes bad decisions with the ball. He has bad pocket awareness. And he has a hard time reading defenses. And he makes the wrong play a lot of times. That has to stop. That's got little to do with the talent around him and a lot to do with his bad decision-making. I mean, he has played 15 games in the NFL. He has turned it over in 14 of those 15 games. That cannot happen. That needs to stop. He's careless with the football, or the Duke, as Ben McAdoo used to call it. And as bad as Ben McAdoo was here, just remember this, guys. Ben McAdoo wanted to trade up to get Pat Mahomes. Never forget that about Ben McAdoo. He might have been a really crappy head coach, but everything that he said about the New York Giants was true. When he came out there and he said all these things about why the Giants are bad, he was absolutely right. And he wanted Pat Mahomes, and Jerry Reese told him no. Jerry Reese said, no, I'm not trading up to get Pat Mahomes. So Ben McAdoo, for as bad as he was as a head coach, what if he would have got his way in 2017? And again, this also goes back to ownership, not just Jerry Reese, because ownership held on to Eli. Eli's best days are behind him. Ownership held on to him, would not let him go, would not let Eli go. We could have turned this around in 2017. Pat Mahomes could have been our quarterback. And that's a fact. And Mahomes also sat out for a year, so he would have started in 2018. So that's where we could have been. So Ben McAdoo, for everything that he was bad as a head coach, the guy knew his football. He was a great offensive coordinator. Chrono Cowboy, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, my Cowboys stink too, bad dog. Our division is sad. Well, you're not lying about that. We're 0-3. We're only a game out of first. There you go. I hear you, Big Blue Elo. I didn't like him either. Yes, Spags. Spags was a good defensive coordinator. Takeem, what's going on? Saquon Barkley goes, I hope he plays as long as Herschel Walker. I mean, I'm worried about him, Takeem. I'm worried about him, playing a full thing. Bill Belichick's in the house. Trey Jones for Trevor Lawrence. I don't know how they would do that. I don't think anybody thought the Giants were going to compete, Greek Warrior. I didn't think we'd compete. I still expect them to play better than they do. I picked us to go 6-10. I didn't pick us to compete. I still expect a better performance. I still expect them to put forth a lot of effort, and I still expect them to play fundamental football. We get out-talented, that's fine, but when we shoot ourselves in the foot with 3 and 4 turnovers every week, I'm not going to be happy with that. I don't care how little talent we have there. Stop turning the ball over. It's that simple. Trade Ingram, get him out of here. I agree. I don't know what Ingram's even here for. He stinks. The guy's never been good. He can't catch a pitch. He can't block. He can't catch a pass. Alex, he's terrible. Barkley's brittle. It's a shame. It's a shame. I mean, he's so talented, but talent don't mean anything if you're sitting on the sidelines. It's unfortunate, but he's not doing us any good. Giants fan 8, what's going on? Is Dak the best in the East? I have to say he is now. Yep, I have to say Dak is the best quarterback in this division. He's better than Carson Wentz. I wouldn't have said that for the last 3 years. I wouldn't admit that. But yes, Dak's better. Dak's way better. Dak's way better. Let's be honest. Sarah, my lady, thank you so much for the super chat. Brilly. She says, my Colts look good. Rivers is decent, and the D is nasty. Sarah, you see what happens when you have a legitimate, a competent GM that knows how to build a team? Look at what the Colts became in just a couple of years after failing. They turned it right around. They were a great team last year. They should be great. They were my pick to win that division. And I think that they're going to. And I think that they're definitely I don't know. They're not quite on the level of the Chiefs or Ravens yet. I'm actually surprised. I actually have the hockey game on. I don't have the Chiefs are up 27-10. I was actually very surprised that the Chiefs are killing the Ravens like that. I don't think the Colts are there yet, but they're definitely getting there. I do think in any given day that the Colts could beat the Chiefs or the Ravens, but I don't think they're quite there yet, but they're definitely getting there. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. Brilly. He says, Lakers versus Heat finals. Lakers will win. Do you agree? Oh, come on, Benjamin. You know that I already agree on that, baby. You know we win at number 17, or they're winning number 17. I shouldn't say we. Sam Darnold's in the house. He says, I'm demoralized from the fraud of a head coach. For the fraud of a franchise you play for. Don't worry, Daniel Jones feels the same way. I want to see more Caden Smith. I agree, Marjorie. I would like to see more Caden Smith myself. I don't think any Giants fan has any use for Evan Ingram anymore. I really don't. I think Evan Ingram's worn out his welcome here. Big Kane, what's going on, man? Zeron Kelder, thank you for joining the stream. I appreciate it. Has a Jets won? Yeah, I mean, like I said in my post-game video yesterday, the Jets and Giants both drafted quarterbacks in the last 3 years. And you could see both of these franchises drafting a quarterback this year. It's crazy it is. What's going on there, Philly Tig with RB? The NFC is a joke, man. It is a joke. I appreciate that, though, brother. I appreciate it. But, yes, our division is god-awful. Jeffrey, thank you so much, man. You're the man, brother. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Really, my good man. That was everybody's favorite, Jeffrey. Listen, I'm going to say this right now. Jeffrey's been hard on Daniel Jones since day one, right? I know we still have to give Daniel Jones a chance. I'm not giving up on him. He's played 15 games. But if he has another 15 games like these previous 15 games, people are going to have to start saying Jeffrey Abbey was right. As much as you guys hate that, if Daniel Jones doesn't turn this around soon, you have to go, Jeffrey, you're right the whole time. He says Giants end up picking top 3 in the draft. That's on number 8/Gettleman. For his sake, number 8, best keep the Giants out of the top 5 because we cannot pass a quarterback prospect if we're in striking distance of drafting one if this continues. I completely agree. We would definitely need to – they definitely will. I don't see how they don't because you look at this, and I use the Cardinals as an example. They not only drafted Josh Rosen, they gave up draft capital to move up to get Josh Rosen. The next year they drafted Kyler Murray number 1 overall. And while Kyler Murray's passing statistics are not fantastic, he makes an enormous difference on that Cardinals team because of his mobility and his ability to throw on the run. I mean, again, he threw 3 interceptions yesterday. That kind of messed his stats up, but it's all good. Rolly, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, brother. Brilly, he says, I'm glad fans are starting to see Gettleman didn't really draft well. What he did was drafting on backups on other teams. They got good depth guys, not starters. Instead, we got culture. This is true, Roldy, and this is kind of what I touched on in the video, that it took me a little bit to understand that because you look at it in hindsight now, none of these guys are panning out, and they are pretty much backup talent. That's bad. That's a bad job by him. You don't look at it at first, but as this has progressed, you see that he's made a lot of bad moves, and his drafts are not panning out, and that's just a mark of a really bad GM, which is why, it's as bad as it is. But it's true. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And Jeffrey, you're the man. You didn't have to give me another super chat, brother. I appreciate that so much. Really, my man. You didn't have to do that, though. You didn't have to super chat again. He says, I forgot. Keep being you, Bad Dog. You are the most real Giants YouTuber. No bias here. Jeffrey, I appreciate that, man. That's one thing I try to pride myself on, even if my opinion is not popular. And I take a lot of heat for some of my takes. But again, I always say this. I would rather be disliked for being who I am and giving you my honest opinion about stuff than trying to fake things just to make people happy and them like my content for me not being real. I'd rather be disliked for being myself than being liked for being somebody I'm not. That's real life too. Because if you don't like me, I don't care. I mean, I don't, because at the end of the day, I'm who I am, and you can't please everybody, and I don't try. I mean, I really don't. So I just give my takes, and I try to be as unbiased as possible. I try to think with my head, not my heart. And like I said, some people don't like that, but it's who I am. Like some people are telling me, you're not a fan. How can you say that about the Giants? You're not a fan. Okay, right. Like I said, I always wondered how EDP could. Now, you're not going to see me take my stuff and throw it in the garbage like EDP does, but I was mad. Yes. I was legitimately pissed for that loss yesterday. Now, I feel I have every reason to be pissed. Like somebody told me the Giants don't need you. You're not a real fan. And somebody told that guy, I actually pinned the comment, and they said, if you're not pissed off after that performance, then you're not a fan. Seriously. Steven, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, man. I really appreciate it so much, brother. He says, okay, Giants should have got rid of Sims and Eli. That's the 3 Super Bowls on what DJ is doing because they started bad. You got to remember something about those. And I mentioned this before, Steven. The game has changed. Okay? You can't go back to 1979 when Phil Simms was drafted. The game is way different. We won with defense. No quarterbacks were great back then. No quarterbacks outside of Marino were throwing for 40 touchdowns. Your best quarterbacks back then threw 25 touchdowns, 28 touchdowns. Look at Montana. Montana never threw like 40 touchdowns in a year, but he was accurate, and they had a great team. They ran the ball. They had good defenses. That's how they won the Super Bowl. Same thing with the Giants. They had a great running attack, and they had a great defense. It was different back in 1986. It was different back in 1990. It was different back in 2004. And you also have to remember, Stephen, when Eli Manning got here, the Giants were in the playoffs in 2002. They were 5-3 when he took over in 2004. They ended up missing the playoffs because he went 1-7 as a starter. Okay, so they missed the playoffs. And it's not even like they get a good draft pick in 2005 because they gave up their first-round pick in 2005 to get Eli Manning. So we didn't get the draft pick. Sean Merriman ended up going to the Chargers with that pick. And Merriman was great for like 5 years. And then in 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, we were in the playoffs all 4 years and won a Super Bowl. The Giants were already set up when he got here. Okay? But it was different. It was different. Daniel Jones has a worse situation. But again, the game's different. The game has evolved into a ton of passing. I mean, that's what it is. It's passing. It's a lot of passing in this league now. It's not the way it used to be. You don't have backs carrying it 35 times. You don't see teams run the ball 40 times. It's very rare. But you do see quarterbacks air it out left and right in this league. That's why it's different. That's why I can't really compare Daniel Jones, Eli Manning. Hey, Bob, you're the man. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate it. Brilly, big 49ers fan. One of my favorite trash talkers as well. The A-Bomb. One of my favorites. Definitely. He says, I finally get a win over Big Blue. Your misery is my joy. Hashtag 49ers own New York. Hashtag Levi Stadium East. My man A-Bomb, he loves the Giants. Actually, he hates the Giants. And you know why A-Bomb hates the Giants? Because of 1990. Here's to you, brother. He hates them because of 1990. He hates them because of 2011. Niner fans can't get over that stuff. Especially 1990. He hates the Giants for 1990. Hates them. We ended our 3-peat. That's still, to this day, my favorite Giants game of all time. More so than the Super Bowls. Rolly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, man. I really appreciate it so much, brother. Thank you so much. He says, how would you go about changing this organization from top to bottom? I don't know. It's so tough, Rolly, because ownership. But you can't get rid of ownership. We have to start. Your guy nailed it. Scouting. Scouting needs a change. It's something that's not talked about, but it's a great point when people bring it up. Scouting needs a change because whoever's scouting these prospects is doing an awful job. Because let's face it, like I said, different head coaches, different GMs, different coordinators, different everything, and this results are the same because the drafts are so terrible. So I think the scouting, I think the GM, I don't think you could change the coaches yet. But instead of drafting, I think the Giants have got to go back to drafting best player available. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's something that they need to start doing instead of drafting. Yeah, I don't really know. We've drafted so bad since 2011, since we drafted Prince Amukamara. It's been so bad ever since then. Amukamara, David Wilson, Justin Pugh. Now, Odell Beckham panned out. That's why Jerry Reese kept his job. Eric Flowers, Eli Apple, Evan Ingram, Saquon, who's talented, but now is going to miss 18 games in the last 2 years. Daniel Jones, who we don't really know about yet, but he turns the ball over a lot. And then Andrew Thomas. We don't really know what we got with Andrew Thomas, but think about the last 8 years of drafts, how not good our first-round picks have been. You can't keep missing on first-round picks and expect to go anywhere. So scouting's huge, in my opinion. It's huge. Al Batts, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it so much. Anybody ever got a problem with me, you go see my man Al Batts. Al Batts, take care of you. He says, Bad Dog, how are you, bud? You said it in one of your videos. New York team's poor performance starts with ownership. A bunch of entitled brats that inherited their franchises and ran them into the ground. Absolutely, Al. Abso-freaking-lutely, sir. There is no doubt about that. I mean, that is absolute fact. They've done a terrible job, and you know what? That happens with the Yankees too. Not that the Yankees got run into the ground, but it's way different without George Steinbrenner. We haven't won a World Series since George Steinbrenner passed away. Big difference. Big difference. Gutter Boys, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it so much, brother. Brilly says, God bless you, man. Nice background. Thank you. It's my dream house, Gutter Boys. It's my dream house. Someday. Someday. Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, we're trying to tank without trying to tank. We're tanking without trying to tank. Yeah, we're like the Knicks right now. We just have to play football. They tank automatically. It's terrible. It's pretty bad. Richard, he says, how much is this therapy session going to cost? Nothing. It's free to join. It's free. You don't need to worry about it. It ain't going to cost you anything. You just hang out here, Richard. We're gonna take it through it, man. We're all going to get through it. Like we got through the pandemic together. We're all going to get through this season together. If it almost kills us, we'll get through it together. Ian, go Big Blue, absolutely. Diego, too, valid. What's going on, man? By the way, if anybody happens to be new to this channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell notification so you know when I go live. I didn't put my Twitter or Instagram links in the description. I should have, because I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to grow those. I actually got over 1,000 followers on Instagram now, which is freaking awesome because I had like 400 a week and a half ago. So it's good that that's going. I'm trying to grow the hell out of my Instagram because I guess that's more popular than Twitter, but I still want to grow them both. Where am I looking? Scotty H, I hope we get a better GM. Can't be any worse. That's for sure. Andrew Boyle, what's going on, man? Whatever, rarely. I mean, it's over to me. Sports is back. Pandemic's over. Sports are back. I'm back to work. My wife's back to work. My kid's back to the babysitter. Pandemic's over in my world. In my world, it's done. And I'm not going to get into the whole political thing. It's all BS. I'm just going to put it that way. Okay, it's crap. Let me tell you something. I've gone to work every day. I go to the bank. I go to the grocery store. I've gone to the gym 5 times a week for the last 4 weeks. I'm all over the place. I know one person that has that. Not one person. I've never ran into a person. I don't know a person that knows a person. I don't know any of it. So I don't know. Anyway, Henny God, what's going on, my good man? Henny God, we're going to be playing Wednesday. You know I'll be here. Sports Talker, what's going on? Christopher Hildaga. Well, yeah, I don't want to get involved in that. The debates are tomorrow. Oh, Gangrene David became a member of the channel. Brilly. Oh, man, Gangrene David. By the way, if you guys haven't subscribed to Gangrene David, do yourself a favor. Seriously. And I don't just give, well, first of all, welcome to the Dog Pound. Gangrene David. Everybody, all my Dog Pound members, man, welcome Gangrene David to the Dog Pound. Big Gangrene David hype in the chat. Let's go. But if you guys haven't subscribed to Gangrene David, seriously, do yourself a favor. Check out his channel. Big Jets fan. Jets, Yankees. Definitely check him out. Does a great job. Loves his Jets. Loves his teams. And he does such a great job. He's very knowledgeable. He's a good kid. I met him at the get together last year at the Giants Jets game. Had a lot of fun hanging out with him. He's a good kid. He does a really good job. I really like the kid, so check him out. I don't just give compliments to give him either, man. I met him. He's an awesome kid, so definitely check out his channel if you get a chance. He does a really good job over there. I feel bad for him that he's a Jets fan. Because at least I'm old enough to have seen the Giants do something. I mean, even the Jets fans my age have never seen the Jets do anything. So that's how bad it is being a Jets fan. Hopefully our Yankees can find a way to get on a run and win this whole thing. But check him out. Danny, thank you for the super chat, Danny Thomas. Brilly, I really appreciate it. Yes, he says the Giants need to run that RPO more often. Jones had success running the RPO. Got to disagree with Andrew Thomas and Jones. Thomas too early to tell, and Jones no web. Oh, no, Danny. I wasn't saying Andrew Thomas was a bad pick. I don't know yet about Andrew Thomas. That's what I was saying. I don't know about Andrew Thomas, and we still don't know about. I was talking about like before Daniel Jones. Yeah, definitely not Andrew Thomas. I didn't. If you thought that, I'm sorry. That's not what I was saying because we don't know about Andrew Thomas. I'm just talking about what our first round picks have been since 2011. But yeah, I'm definitely not saying anything bad about Andrew Thomas. And like I said, Daniel Jones, we still have to figure it out, but he's not progressing, which is worrying me that he continues to turn the ball over. That's what's concerning me. And again, I'll discuss this in a video tomorrow, guys. Just you watch the video tomorrow. I'll give you the whole rundown on my opinion about Daniel Jones. Bubba Gum just brought all the emojis. So if you're the GM, what are you going to do if the Giants pick top 3? Because I get Trevor Lawrence guaranteed with this old line. He might get murdered. I know, but I'm telling you, that's what they would do. That's what they would do, him or Justin Fields. I don't want Justin Fields. He's an Ohio State quarterback. You know how I feel about them. If they're picking 3rd, I'd trade back. You know, there's a lot of guys that like Sewell. There's a lot of guys that like that lineman Sewell. I don't know. I honestly don't know, Steven. It's tough because I don't usually start paying attention to the prospects until the bowl games begin. That's when I really started doing my research on these guys. College football just started. Literally, and the Big Ten hasn't even played yet. So, I don't know. The SEC finally played this week. So, you know, I don't really know yet. Justin Leone, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. Wonder what David thinks of Sam Darnold over there. He's starting to think Sam Darnold stinks. Jamie Connors, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it so much, Jamie. Thank you, my man. Brilly says, love watching your videos, Bad Dog. Most real Giants fan on YouTube. You should look at Trey Lance from North Dakota State. Looks like Wilson and Montana combined. I have heard that name myself. A lot of people have talked about Trey Lance. I definitely have to give him a look. Obviously, that's an FCS team, so I don't obviously see a lot of North Dakota, but that's where Carson Wentz came from. So obviously they can succeed in the NFL. But definitely, I mean, if the Giants are picking a little bit later, maybe they're picking 4th. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about him. I have heard that name. I'll definitely have to take a look at him, Jamie, no doubt. Thank you for the super chat. And my man, Bobby. There's another channel you guys got to check out if you have not. Great Boston fan. Obviously, I hate Boston with the – well, I hate the Red Sox. Don't care for the Celtics much. Don't hate the Patriots. Everybody's like, how do you not hate the Patriots? I'm like, because they're not a rival, right? The Eagles, the Cowboys, they're our rivals, not the Patriots. Brilly, he says, when you rip a wet fart and when you watch a Giants game, you have the same feeling. Love you, brother. Cheers. Cheers to you, Bobby. I appreciate it. Bobby, your Celtics let me down, brother. Your Celtics let me down. I was ready for that Lakers-Celtics final. They let me down. I was disappointed last night. I was watching your stream at the end. I just didn't comment. I was like, I don't want to say anything. I know you had to be depressed, and I know you're rooting for the Heat. I heard you say that loud and clear. But, Bobby, I love you, brother. You know that, but the Lakers are going to win number 17. You just get used to it. That's what's going to happen. They're going to win in 5. You know why they're going to win in 5? You know why they've won every series in 5 games? 4-1, the age of Kobe Bryant when he passed away. So just remember that. Lakers in 5, 4-1. That's for Kobe. Plain and simple. Serious. 24 minus 8, 16 championships, right? So do all the numbers. It works out. Zach Phillips, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, thoughts on – I didn't even know Parrott was in the game, to be honest with you. I didn't even see that he was in there. But I think that Parrott is going to – I think you're going to start seeing him more and more. He cannot be worse than Cam Fleming. Cam Fleming is god-awful. So he cannot be worse than Cam Fleming. He can't be. He can't be worse. Cannot be worse. Christopher Lavago, what's going on? Owen Reeser, what's going on? Oh, Daniel Jones over Sam Darnold. I've never been a Sam Darnold fan. Ask Gangrene David. I've never liked Sam Darnold. Johnny Gonzalez, what's going on? Alpha Dog Pro, Roshan George KP. Happy Huntsman's in the house. What's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Yeah, Riddick, he wouldn't have picked well either. Simmons has been a train wreck. Haskins is done. The Redskins fans want rid of him already, too. Alexi Rosari, what's going on, my man? Rarely Evan, Rocky 3, what's going on? Pratham Valuri, what's going on? Should we wait till Saquon comes back? No, he's definitely not but you got to play. You got to play. Right now, I would say that he hasn't lived up to expectation because of the injuries. But, yeah, can't call him a bust yet. We have to see how he comes back from the injury. It just sucks that he can't play because, again, if you can't play, you end up being a bust. Like David Wilson ended up being a bust because he had that unfortunate neck injury. Ian Jones, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Brilly, he says, which 0-3 wins their first game first? Also, I missed your hype videos, but there's nothing to get hype about this team. I tried with the Bears, Ian. When I came out and guaranteed a victory, I tried to get a hype about that one. You know what I mean? That was the game we were closest to winning. But yeah, it's hard to get hype for this team. You're absolutely right. First 0-3 team to win their game is going to be the Denver Broncos Thursday because they will beat the Jets. Both of those teams are 0-3. So one of them has to win their first game unless they tie, which would be hilarious. But I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think the Broncos will beat the Jets, and I think that's what's going to happen. Bobby, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, bad dog with the tinfoil hat theory. These were my subscribers telling me. We've won every series 4-1, right? I mean, it makes sense, Bobby. And for Kobe, it's got to be done for Kobe. They're going to win the series. They're better than the Heat. There's nobody that can guard AD. I've said this going in the entire time. Nobody can guard LeBron and nobody can guard AD. They're mismatches for whoever the hell they play. That was it. The Celtics were the one team I was worried about. I don't have to worry about them now. They couldn't get by the Heat. I can't believe the Heat even got out of the East. I thought the Celtics, Raptors, or Bucks are coming out. Heat, good team. They're going to lose. Just like the Nuggets. You know, they had a great run, and that was it. It's going to be the same with the Heat. Zach Phillips, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. Andrew Thomas got hurt. Yeah, but it wasn't serious, right? I think by the time this stuff was happening, honestly, Chris and I were so distraught, and really, I don't even remember a lot of that fourth quarter because I think I was just rambling the entire time on how pissed off I was about the game. So I don't know how much attention I even paid to it. You know, Lake Nona, yes, tomorrow. Yankees tomorrow. 1,000 likes for a Laker win. Justina, we need 2,000 likes. It's the finals. We need 2,000 likes for a Laker win on Wednesday. Everyone's cheeks. I agree, King Agent. I agree. 79 Steve, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining the Super Chat. Giants are making me miserable. At least the Lakers are going to win the title. Giants stink. Yeah, I hear you, Steve. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Cam Fleming stinks, NYG31. He's absolutely terrible. He is terrible. Smash that thumbs up for the Dizzle. Appreciate it, Chris K. Absolutely. Let's go. Doc Rivers is fired. Yes, I saw that. I'll be live for the Jet Bronco game. I'll be counting down the days to Adam Gase getting fired. There you go. So you guys want to go check out a live stream on Thursday, go over there, check out Gangrene David for the Jets and Broncos. Zuhei Mamed, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate it so much, my man. Brilly says, what's good, doggy? Louis Riddick for GM, what do you think? Well, remember, somebody said Louis Riddick wanted Dwayne Haskins. He's awful. And Isaiah Simmons. And I wanted Isaiah Simmons. He's been awful. Now, give Simmons more than 3 games. Dwayne Haskins sucks. And he's worse than Daniel Jones. And that's a fact. So, Louis Riddick, not a fan. Not a fan of him either. Don't know where I'd want to go, but not a fan. Chiefs less tackle just got a touchdown. They were up 27-10. What's the score in that game? Karina YT, what's going on? Sam Nizzle, Christopher Hildago, Jet fan for life. What's going on? We'll get beat by a horseback. I feel you, Jets fans. I do. Like I said in my video today, or maybe that was my post-game video, I kid around with Jets fans. I mean, I've never been a Darnold guy. That's the truth. But I kid around with Jets fans. I joke around with them. I feel bad for the Jets. I do, man. I sympathize. I empathize with Jets fans. I empathize with you guys. I hate it. Like I said, the Jets aren't my enemy. I don't hate the Jets. Jets are in the postseason. I root for the Jets. Except for when Rex Ryan was your head coach. I could not root for you then. But I remember when you guys were in the AFC Championship game against the Broncos in '98 with Parcells as your coach and Vinny Testaverde. I rooted so hard for the Jets in that game. Like they were my team. Like I wanted the Jets to make the Super Bowl so bad that year, and they just came up a little bit short. NYG31, Yankees are already in the playoffs. They're already in the playoffs. The playoffs start tomorrow. They play the Indians. Bobby, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says Saquon Barkley and Lucker, you're injury prone. I mean, when you get rolled up on, you break your ankle. I got to say unlucky. Injury prone to me, Bobby, is a pulled hamstring, is turf toe, is back spasms, concussions. That's injury prone. A broken bone, a torn ACL, that's bad luck, in my opinion. That is bad luck, in my opinion. Big Kane, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, I don't believe in tanking, but how many picks can we get if the Giants trade Jones, Ingram, and picks since Gettleman wasted them on Williams and Baker? Probably not going to get a lot for Ingram. We probably get more in a compensatory pick. So unless they get at least a third-round pick for Ingram, probably nothing. They're probably not going to get anything for Daniel Jones. I can't imagine they'd get much for him. I don't know who would want Daniel Jones. The problem is you took him 6th overall in the draft. Are you going to turn around and trade him for a second or a third-round pick? I mean, Gettleman would be gone if that was the case because he can't trade his pick. I mean, maybe another GM would do that, but maybe Daniel Jones. I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know what they would do. I mean, the Cardinals did trade Josh Rosen for a third-round pick or like a late second, so maybe that is what they do with Daniel Jones. That could definitely happen. You could see maybe a team go out and trade like their 60th pick or something for Daniel Jones. Maybe the Patriots. Can you imagine the Patriots taking Daniel Jones, coming out and killing it? That'd be amazing. Panthers Guru, man, you're the man. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that so much, brother. I really do, man. You're the man. Thank you so much. Brilly, my good man. He says, go buy you a win. I don't. Let me tell you something. For the Giants, I don't think $100 is buying them shit. If I mean, they are so bad. The Giants are so bad. They're so bad. I don't know what it would cost to buy this team a win. They are god awful. I really appreciate the super chat, though, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Rolly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, not going to lie, I was rooting for the Jets that game. I wanted to beat the Broncos. The Jets had the lead in the first half, too. Yes, they did. I think you and I are long-lost brothers. We're thinking like, I think so, too, Rolly. You, I, and Afghanistan. Afghanistan's another one. I swear to God, he's right there. He says Ingram wasn't worth a third rounder in the offseason. He won't be any more in the 4th or 5th. Then they got to keep him and get a compensatory pick. That's what they would have to do, Afghanistan. But he and I think exactly the same, too. But yes, Rolly, I just think Afghanistan, I think, is our age, too. I don't know how old you are, Rolly. I think Afghanistan's a couple years younger than me. But I do. I think it's just our age. I think it's our generation. I think we all think the same. I do. With common sense. Stephen Lilly says, for the next GM, I want Nick Caserio, Pat's exec, or Ed Dodds, Colts assistant GM. Yeah, no, those are 2 really good choices, Stephen. 2 really good choices, no doubt about that. 2 really good choices. I get on board with either one of them. Do you think we should start accumulating picks, Yvonne Vivas? Oh, my God, yes. If we're 0-5, 0-6, absolutely. Absolutely. You got nothing to gain. So get yourself some draft capital. You need to. KJ Manoni says any other pick than 1 needs to be traded for a haul unless Jones is a clear bust, and we love another quarterback. Yeah, that's true. So fans are saying if we got the number 1 pick, they'd want us to trade down in order to get Lawrence. Oh, other teams would trade up to get Lawrence. Giants would have to trade down. Oh, if they were trading, if we got the number 1 pick, they would want us to trade down to get Lawrence. I see what you're saying. They would have to give us a king's ransom to get the number 1 pick. An absolute king's ransom. And depending on what it was worth, I'd totally do that for the Giants. I would totally do that. If it meant getting somebody's like 5th overall pick, if we were getting like the 5th overall pick, their next year's the 5th over, like we would need like a first, a second. We would need 2 firsts, 2 seconds at least for the number 1 overall pick, and I could get on board with that. If we were getting 2 early for or like a top 5 first round pick and like a top 35 second-round pick and then getting the next year's first and next year's second from that team, I would do it. But you're going to need a lot to get the first pick. Embarrassed to be a Giants fan right now, but I believe it. Marlon, I feel exactly the same. That's what my post-game video was all about. I feel exactly the same about that. 49ers went 4-12, and then 2019, 13-3 made the Super Bowl. That's a successful rebuild, not what the Giants would do. Exactly, Jonathan. Exactly. The Colts did it. The Bills have done it. The Rams did it. You know, we've been bad since 2013. What the hell is going on? Like, we've been terrible since 2013. It's awful. Trade Ingram and Tomlinson. I know a lot of people want Ingram out of here, but like Afghanistan said, I don't really know what we're going to get for him. We're probably going to be better off getting a compensatory pick because we're not going to get as much in trade value for him. He's no good. He runs fast. I used to run fast too. What the hell does that mean? It didn't mean I could play football. I ran almost as fast as Evan Ingram when I was in high school. I could burn. I ran a 4.4840, somewhere in there, 4.4849, whatever it was. It was unofficial. My official 40 time was 4.51. But regardless, I could fly, okay? And I was a track runner. I wasn't a football player. Well, guess what I did? Junior year, I decided to go out for the football team. You know why I went out for the football team? Because at 16 years old, girls like football players. So I said, let's go out for the football team. And I actually made the varsity team. Pat on the back. I went out and made the varsity team as a cornerback. First scrimmage, broke my ankle. Broke my ankle, cracked both the growth plates. I sprained one ankle, broke the other one. Because I intercepted a pass, and the guy that was my teammate intercepted a pass. Okay, I was lead blocking. He slipped. He rolled underneath my ankles, or rolled underneath my knees. My feet got caught underneath him, and the guy that went to tackle him hit me. That was the end of my ankle. I never ran the same. Track coach was pissed. That was the end of both of those. So I can tell you, just because you run fast don't mean you can play football. I couldn't play football. I played really good playground football. When it came to playing high school football, obviously I was not meant to be. Doesn't really help when you're 127 pounds either, but that's what I was back then. Now, if I was this size and I could run the way I used to, I might have actually been something, but that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Wasn't the case. I still run pretty fast. I bet you I could run a 4.840. I bet you I could still run a 4.8. I feel like I could, even in my middle 40s, I feel like I could still run a 4.840. I know I could outrun Tom Brady. Yeah, it sucked. That sucked. That was not good. And that just shows you don't go and do things just for girls. So I was on the varsity team for about 3 weeks. So it didn't help me anyway. And the funny thing is, I always liked track girls. Those are the ones I liked. I always liked track girls. I was never really a cheerleader guy. I liked the track girls because they were all really tall, they had really long legs, and they were all really fit. I love that. My wife was a track runner. My wife was a sprinter. So there you go. I mean, that's just what it was. I like those tall, slender, athletic women. I always liked that. You know, my wife's actually a little shorter. Like she's 5'7". I like them like my height, like 6 foot, 5'11". Like I like them up there. I even like them taller than me. I've always liked tall women. Lawrence Taylor would still play better than. Oh God, I trained. He was the man. LT was the man. No, that's what I'm saying, Stealth Raven. Obviously, there's a big difference. I'm just saying, just because you run fast doesn't make you a good player. Look at how many got John Ross, okay, blew up the combine, stinks. James Jett, who's the other? Darius Hayward Bay. There's so many guys that could run a 4.3, but they were no good. You got to be able to do more than just run in the NFL. My point is, Evan Ingram's fast, but he has no other skill sets. He can't catch. He can't block. He runs bad routes. What is the point? He can't even handle a damn pitch on a reverse. And I am getting a little sick of Daniel Jones's, I got to do better. I got to do better. Yeah, I got to do better. Daniel, yes, we know you got to do better. Then do better. Stop saying you got to do better and do it. Thoughts on the Yankees-Indians series, Doormat? I don't know what Yankee team we're getting. I don't know what Yankee team we're getting. Are we getting the Yankee team that lost 15 out of 20 games at one stretch? Or are we getting the Yankees that won 10 straight? I really don't know. Yankees hit a few home runs, they're going to win the series. This is a Yankee team that could play 2 games and be done. This is a Yankee team that could win the World Series. I don't know which one we're getting. I don't. I like our chances in a 3-game series because we have Cole and Tanaka going 1 and 2. I'll say that. Now, Bieber's been great, but if we could scratch together 3 runs against Bieber, and really all it takes for the Yankees is somebody running into a pitch and hitting a 3-run homer, I think we win. And then I really like our chances in game 2 with Tanaka. So I like our chances, but again, Bieber could strike out 13 and we could get shut out in the first game. So I really don't know. We're going to watch it tomorrow. I hope you guys will tune in. We're going to broadcast that game tomorrow. If it doesn't rain, but we're gonna broadcast that Yankees and Indians tomorrow. I'll be live 15 minutes before the game, so I hope to see you there. Sam Nizzle, you the man. Thank you for the super chat. Really, man. I really appreciate this. What up, Bad Dog? Love the channel. We need to lure Bill Belichick back, make him GM, and let him fire everyone, including yours, and start over. I am on board with that, Sam. Get Belichick back here in any facet, please. I'm completely on board with Bill Belichick coming back to the Giants. He wants to come back to the Giants. He loves the Giants. He loves it. Yeah, Triple J. I would rather Higashioka start. I mean, you got at least 4 outs a game with Sanchez. No, 27 outs in a baseball game with the Yankees, we have 23 outs because Sanchez, you can plug him in for 4 outs every damn time he's in the game. He stinks. Boone and Sanchez have to go absolutely, Johnny. I can't say him. Reese picked Ingram and Apple and Flowers. Worst GM ever. Oh, God, he was absolutely terrible, Happy Huntsman. Yeah, it's terrible. Is Gettleman to blame for this? If so, why? He's a big part of it, Kevin. Jerry Reese is a big part of it. Ownership is a big part of it. The scouting department's a big part of it. But why is Gettleman to blame for this? Barkley's injury prone. There goes the number 2 pick. Daniel Jones turns the ball over every game except for one in his career. He was the number 6 pick. We don't know what we got with Andrew Thomas yet. Will Hernandez has been a complete and utter bust. He stinks. Zemenes has been nothing. Lorenzo Carter's been nothing. B.J. Hill's been nothing. R.J. McIntosh has been nothing. Okay? Who else did he draft? Darius Slayton was good last year, but he hasn't been much this year. Jonathan Stewart, bust. Alec Ogletree, bust. Nate Solder, bust. Antoine Bethea, bust. I'm trying to think of who else he brought in here. It's been really bad. Even the bad luck. We drafted Xavier McKinney. He breaks his foot. So not only are we bad, we have a lot of bad luck. That's another one I totally forgot. Our 2nd-round pick is out because he broke his foot. So we're not only are we bad, but it's bad luck. But a lot of his draft picks haven't panned out. The trade for Leonard Williams is still a head-scratcher. And every free agent move or trade he's made has been terrible. So I don't know. Capizzo called you and Chris out for making draft videos too early. When the hell did we make draft videos? I don't remember making a draft video. When did I make a draft video? I made draft videos before the season started. I remember saying the way too early 2021 mock and who would you rather have, Jamar Chase or Gregory Rousseau. I know I haven't made a draft video since. I didn't make a draft video. I don't know what you're talking about. So, Victor, I have no idea what you're talking about. Corey Ballantyne. Oh, Ballantyne's another one. Ballantyne's bad. Oh, Ryan Connolly's another one. They thought Ryan Connolly was a star. They cut him. Right? So, I don't know. There's absolutely nothing good about us right now. Not to disrespect anybody. But, I completely agree, Mexican Giant. Completely agree. Yes, Ryan. How can I be the man? You're the man. Brady's been good. Jay Berman, what's going on, my man? Infamous Ghost says people killing Daniel Jones are clueless. Name me a young quarterback with 0 run game and a suspect O-line that produces when his weapons are out. Jones has not played a single game with all of his weapons healthy. Like week 1, week 2, they were all healthy against the Bears until Saquon went down, but they did all start. Listen, like I said, I'm going to explain. I'm doing a Daniel Jones video tomorrow. I'm going to explain this But the fact of the matter is, talent or no talent, stop turning the ball over. I'm not asking Daniel Jones to throw for 440 yards and 4 touchdowns. I'm not asking him to be Russell Wilson. I'm not asking him to be Aaron Rodgers. I'm not asking him to be Tom Brady. I'm not asking him to be Pat Mahomes. I'm not asking that. All I'm asking from Daniel Jones is don't turn the ball over. Can I get a 21 for 29 for 219 yards, a touchdown, and no turnovers? That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking the guy to be the top 3 quarterback in the league. I'm not asking that. Stop turning it over. This is all I'm asking. Stop making bad decisions with the ball. Stop putting the ball on the ground. This is all I'm asking from him. I want to see progression. I don't need to see him be elite. I don't need the guy to be a freaking all-pro. I'm not asking that. I just want to see progression from Daniel Jones. I want to see improvement from week to week. I don't want to see regression. This is why I'm critical of him. And the reason I'm so critical of him, as I said, as Chris mentioned before, is because I have a lot of faith in Daniel Jones. And I think Daniel Jones can be very good. He's not a guy that can carry a team on his own, but put the right piece around him, I think he can be a very good / great quarterback. So I have high hopes for him. The fact that he's regressing is ticking me off. So I have to be overly critical of him. I'm the guy that came out and said he'd be better than Dak Prescott. That hasn't happened yet. I said he'd be better than Sam Darnold. He is. I said he'd be better than Mitch Trubisky. He is. I said he'd be better than Dwayne Haskins. He is. Okay? I said all these things. But I was the guy that came out. Obviously, my draft reaction, everybody knows about it. But a week later, I was all on board him, and nobody stuck up for Daniel Jones or gave the guy more props than me. So I'm going to be hard on him because I expect a lot of him. I've said it a bunch of times. I'm not giving up on Daniel Jones. I don't want Trevor Lawrence, but I understand the people that do. I understand their side. I understand their point of view. I get it. I'm not ready to jump ship. I'm not ready to go, I need Trevor Lawrence. Because as I said in that video when I said, should we tank for Trevor Lawrence? And I wasn't asking, I'm talking about what people were talking about. I said Trevor Lawrence might not succeed here because our offensive line is really bad. I said that right in the video. Who knows that Trevor Lawrence would be great here? You don't know. You don't know. And I said it right there. I'm not ready to give up on Daniel Jones. I'm still not. But he's got to stop turning that damn ball over because it is killing me. It is killing me. I hate seeing him. Like, we're down by a touchdown going into the half. Don't turn it over inside your 30 and give up 3 points. Can't do that. It's just bad decision. It was a bad throw. It was a bad decision. Can't do that there. Got to get better. That's my point on Daniel Jones. Rolly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, I really appreciate it. He says, my GM list, Ed Dobbs or Daniel Jeremiah, my dream GMs. Those aren't bad either. Not bad either. Trevor Lawrence won't do what 8 is doing. He might not, Jeffrey. I don't know. I don't know what Trevor Lawrence is going to be in the NFL. All I'm saying is if the Giants are picking number 1 overall, there's a good chance that that's the guy they take because we will have a different GM. Rank the NFC East quarterbacks right now. I mean, I got to put Dak number 1. I would have never said that, but he is by far and away the best quarterback in this division. It's not close. Carson Wentz has regressed huge. Never came back from the knee injury, and he lost Frank Reich as the offensive coordinator. As soon as Frank Reich went to Indianapolis, Carson Wentz. Now, I know he threw for 4,000 yards last year without a receiver going over for 500. I get that. But still, he didn't have a great season. Okay? He didn't have a great season. Statistics tell you one thing. You actually watch him play, that tells you another. You actually watch what the Eagles were last year, that tells you another. He's been really bad this year. Eagles fans are ready for Jalen Hurts. Ownership gave that guy $128 million and drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round. That tells you what ownership thinks of Carson Wentz. But still, I got to go Dak, then Wentz, then Daniel Jones, then Haskins. Haskins is a train wreck. Haskins is terrible. Haskins will not be in the NFL in 2 more years. The guy's going to be done. The guy's going to be done. Never liked him. Didn't want him. Never liked him. Lorenzo DeSimone, thank you for the super chat, Lorenzo. Brilly, my man. No comment. He just says, yo, bad dog. Yeah. Take an Abraham Lincoln, man. I appreciate you. Lorenzo, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate it so much. Russ Goff, Murray, Jimmy G. Dak is tough. I'll give him that. Listen, Dak played a hell of a game yesterday. And even though he threw that interception in the end zone at the end of the game, did you see him get out of that sack? That was ridiculous. Any other quarterbacks on the ground, I couldn't believe he got out of that. I'm sitting there going, get him, when he went down. I'm like, yes. And then he got up. And I'm like, oh, God, he threw it in the end zone. I go, that's going to be a touchdown. I couldn't believe he threw in the interception. Now, Giants related, how excited are you about the MLB playoffs? Ryan, I don't know because I don't know what Yankee team I'm getting. This is the problem, man. I don't know what Yankee team I'm getting. What's going on, Pet? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining the stream, man. Appreciate that. Demon L, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Brilly, my man. Trevor Lawrence is going to make the Giants into Chiefs. There's no team to build around him. In my opinion, even if Trevor Lawrence can be the next Pat Mahomes, we don't have the team to support him as quarterback. No, that's probably true. He wouldn't have it to begin with, but his talent set is better than Daniel Jones. And I think that's part of it. I think a lot of people that want Trevor Lawrence, a lot of people that are done with Daniel Jones already, understand that Daniel Jones has a limited skill set. And I think that they believe that Trevor Lawrence's skill set is much better and he has a much higher ceiling so that when they do get pieces around him, and you got to remember, if Trevor Lawrence ever did come here, we have a new GM. So they probably have a different philosophy in drafting, right? So, and not to mention, remember, the Giants have a ton of cap space going into next year. So things might be completely different around Trevor Lawrence, but I think what people are looking at with Daniel Jones is, can Daniel Jones, like Jeffrey Abbey, for example, Jeffrey Abbey doesn't ever think that Daniel Jones will be great no matter what they put around him, okay? There's a lot of guys that feel like that. He has a weak arm. He's got bad pocket presence. He doesn't make good reads. There's a lot of guys that look at him like that. And then they look at Trevor Lawrence and go, his ceiling's much higher. So when they do put something around him, he'll be a much better quarterback with Daniel Jones. They think Trevor Lawrence will be a much better quarterback than Daniel Jones if they had the same talent around them. But just put it that way. They think Trevor Lawrence is a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. I think that is part of the reason why. I think that's the main reason why. Pete Nicoletti, what's going on? Raheem Mostard, thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Who am I missing? Marjorie Simmons, what's going on, Marjorie? Always good to see you. Thank you for joining the stream. Pug King, Minnesota, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. Yeah, they've had a bad year. What is going on in Minnesota? Pug King, I thought Minnesota was making the playoffs. I know that they got rid of Stephon Diggs. I get that, but my God, they can't make that. What is going on there? He says, I think Minnesota and you guys will be battling it out for the number one pick. Don't forget about the Jets. They're going to be right in there too. And don't forget about that, Pug King. But what is going on with Minnesota? Like, why are they so bad? What is going on with Kirk Cousins? He's been terrible this year. It cannot be all because of Stephon Diggs. Now I hear Adam Thielen wants out of there. They still have Dalvin Cook. Like, I don't get how Minnesota's so bad. I mean, I haven't seen them play, so I really don't know what's going on. John Schmidt, what's going on? He says Minnesota will win at least 3 times as many games. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Sugar Tits is in the house. Sugar Tits. I love it. J-Zack, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream, man. Appreciate it. He never has the tools, but is he going to do anything? There you go. That's exactly a good question, Jeffrey. Lakers in 4. I think Lakers in 5, Ryan. I think the Heat will get game 3, and that'll be it. As of right now, would you want to stick with Jones or would you want to quarter? No, Tyler, I said this in my Tank for Trevor Lawrence video. I'm sticking with Daniel Jones. I got to give Daniel Jones more than 15 games. I cannot give up on him, right? Again, I'm going to do the Daniel Jones video tomorrow. I'm going to discuss this in great detail tomorrow, how I feel about Daniel Jones, what I think about Daniel Jones, what I think Daniel Jones can do better, why I'm critical of Daniel Jones, all this stuff. I'm going to do a Daniel Jones video tomorrow. I think a lot of people are interested in that because obviously, like I said, I've been ultra critical of him, but I've also been ultra supportive of him. I don't think there's been another Giants fan that flipped as quickly as I did with Daniel Jones. And I don't think there's been another Giants fan that has supported Daniel Jones as much as I have. Maybe Fisk, right? My man Fisk Big. I love Fisk. Don't get me wrong. I love Fisk. But some of Fisk's takes are completely off the wall. I love the guy to death. I love his videos. I love that he don't give a damn. But some of his stuff, like Peyton Manning with legs or Daniel Jones, I wasn't ready to go that far with it, right? Saying that Dak Prescott choked yesterday against the Seahawks when Dak Prescott threw for almost 500 yards and they were winning that game of 4 minutes ago. I can't say Dak choked. I can't say anything bad about Dak Prescott, right? Because he's killing our quarterback. I can't say anything. But maybe outside of Fisk Vegas, I don't think there was any other Giants fan that had such a high expectations for Daniel Jones. So, I don't know. I mean, listen, I was calling him Danny. I guess some people, I thought I came up with the nickname Danny Dimes. So, I mean, there's a bunch of people that claim that, so who knows? But I know I was one of the first people to say it. And obviously, I had great hope for him, and I still do. But he's got to stop turning the ball over. That's ticking me off. Lorenzo, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly. Again, he's just like, yo, bad dog. Again, have another Abraham Lincoln. Just have it. Just take it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Lorenzo. Thank you, sir. How do you feel about Judge? Judge has been there 3 games. I'm not getting on Joe Judge. The only thing I want to say about Joe Judge is stop being weak with the media. Just come out and say we stink. And I'm not happy. Can a head coach besides Jim Mora or Dennis Green, any of these guys come out? Mike Ditka, Bill Parcells, like Bill Belichick, like they will come out and tell you exactly what they think. Why can't a head coach just come out and go, that was unacceptable. We played terribly. We did a bad job at everything. We have a lot of work to do, and we're going to get it done. That's unacceptable. That performance is unacceptable. Why can't they just come out and say that? Because there's no way Joe Judge can say, well, I thought we fought hard. Well, we did some good things. Shut up. We did everything wrong. We have to do better. That was a terrible job by us all the way around. It was a disgraceful performance. We were embarrassed out there. It was embarrassing. We were bad, and it will get fixed. Why can't they just come out and say that? That's what I would say. I think that you'd be more respected by fans. The hell with what the media thinks. I don't give a damn what the media thinks of me. What are you going to say? Well, the players are going to get mad at you? Grow a set. That's the problem with today's NFL player. The NFL players are sissies. Oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to tell them they played bad. Grow a set of balls. You're an NFL player. If you can't take constructive criticism because you stink at what you're doing, then get out of the damn league. I'm so sick of, we got to coddle the players. We got to coddle all these guys. You don't want to hurt their feelings. Oh, God, don't hurt the Davis feelings. Shut up and play football. Grow a set. If you can't take constructive criticism, then get the hell out of the damn NFL. You get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars. Take constructive criticism and do better. Plain and simple. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. You're the man. Brilly. He says, Giants fans thinking of getting rid of DJs. How I'm feeling about that Caucasian fool we have here is a quarterback in L.A. I wanted Wentz, but I don't know if that would have been better for us. Trade Goff for Watson and 5 first-round picks. I love Deshaun Watson. I love him. He's getting a raw deal in Houston. He is getting a raw deal in Houston. Yeah, Christopher Hidalgo. Yeah, they're soft. Grow a set. Seriously, man. I don't know when everybody became so damn soft. They just have. It just is. Retro Giants, I appreciate that. I love each and every one of you guys and girls too, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And New York for life, what's going on, brother? He says, boy, did I come in at the perfect time. Well, it's the truth. You know, that's the best thing about me. You just never know when I'm just going to fly off the handle and rant about something. That might be a video. The softness in the NFL. I might have to get that out of my system too. Can't take constructive criticism while you make it. Yeah, exactly, Afghanistan. Exactly. Did they win the cup? I didn't even see it. I have it on. I wasn't even paying attention. What? Oh, my man, William Watson is in the house. I love that kid, man. William Watson is my first ever YouTube son. You take a look at William. So take a look at William Watson, right? He's like the kid's working hard. He's responsible. He's hilarious. The kid is jacked. So he's definitely my long lost son. Somewhere along the way, Benjamin Wynn is another one of my sons. Gangrene David. Like I have a lot of long lost sons here on YouTube, but William was the first. He says, "Fat lives matter." Andy Reid. Brilly. He loves the fat jokes. William Watson used to love it. I made fun of Andy Reid. The fat jokes that used to come out with Andy Reid. He loves it. He loved it. Zach Phillips, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, I hope DJ proves everyone wrong. Trust me, Zach, you're not alone. We all are rooting for DJ. Okay? If any Giants fan is actually rooting against him, you can't root against play. Whether you like the guy or not, you can't root against him. You can't. I understand. This is another problem with some of the fans. I'm not saying anybody in particular. Roldy, I appreciate the super chat. I'll get to you in 1 second. Yeah, I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but I can't stand the fans. I'm not just talking about Giants fans. I can't stand fans that will root for a player or team to fail just so they can say, I told you so. I don't understand that either. What the hell kind of fan is that? You're going to root against somebody just so you go, I told you that was the wrong pick. I told you. What do you get for that? You get a cookie? Do you get a medal? You know, what you get a self-esteem boost? Like, what do you get out of being right about a player failing? I don't want any of these guys to fail. I hated that Eli Apple pick. You can look at the rant on my video, or the rant that I had about it. If you haven't watched my Eli Apple rant video, when you get a free moment after the live stream, go into my channel, type in Eli Apple, and watch that rant. And as ticked off as I was about Eli Apple, I wasn't rooting for him to fail. I wasn't rooting for him to fail. When I did the Ben McAdoo rant video and I said it's going to take the Giants at least 5 years to get out of this mess, and here we are in year 5, I didn't root for Ben McAdoo to fail. But I just thought he would, but I don't want to be like, I was right. I would rather come out here and say, God almighty, was I wrong about that? Please. I hope DJ proves everyone wrong. I completely agree. But I don't like those fans that sit there and they'll root. Like, Eagles fans legitimately are rooting against Carson Wentz so they can say, I told you Nick Foles was better. Like, that to me just doesn't make sense. Roldy, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says Parcells is the man, but nobody was better than Ditka with the media after a loss. Can you imagine if Ditka was our head coach, what he would have said after that loss? Oh, my Lord. Oh, Ditka was fantastic. But as I said, Roldy, those are old school football coaches, and you could get away with that back then. You can't do that anymore. These players are soft. That's why guys like Ditka and Parcells, they're a dying breed. Belichick is the last one, but I don't think Belichick is more passive-aggressive than ultra-aggressive. Why is my son is still up. It's 20 after 11. I can hear him up there crying. I have no idea what's going on up there. That's really strange that he's up at 20 after 11. I can hear him running across the floor up there. Which GM gave Sterling Shepard a huge contract? That would be Gettleman. Gettleman gave him the 4-year deal. Yep. What's going on, J.R. Smooth? I love J.R. Smooth. Everything's scripted for him. Lestat Walton, what's going on, man? I never said DJ was better than Kyler at any time. Kyler was always my guy since day one. I love Kyler Murray. I'm a Sooner fan. I loved Kyler Murray. Everybody else, a lot of people say he was too small to play in the NFL. I told everybody they're crazy. Kyler's the man. I love Kyler. Anonymous, what's going on? They enjoy the stream. Kelvin Pena, thank you so much for the super chat. Brilliant, Kelvin. I really appreciate it. He says, what up, bad dog? Yo, first cheers. I got a Modelo. I got a Heineken's. Cheers to you, my man. Joe Judge, rookie coach with a new staff and almost a new team, so I guess we should have expected the team to be worse than it is, so we're not so mad. I expected a rough season, but as I've said before, Kelvin, I expect to see improvement. And if we're getting beat by better teams and we're getting outplayed, I can deal with it. The bad football, the bad penalties, the turnovers, that's agitating me. And I can't lie. That needs to stop. You know, that I don't care how talented or how the lack of talent you have, turnover battles, you got to win those. You can't turn it over every game. We turn it over every game. Is the background real? No. It's the background is, it's just not my house. I wish it was. Look at the schedule. Be honest. Oh, J-Dog. Listen, I said it right in my post-game video. I said we could go 0-16. It's very possible. It's very possible. I don't think we will, but it is possible. Monstar, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. I see a lot of new names in here, guys. So, again, I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight for this Giants therapy session. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you haven't been new and you just stumbled on our channel, I hope you guys will subscribe and ring the bell. I do a lot of Giants videos. I do a lot of live streams. I'll be getting back to doing my roundtables with other Giants content creators, NFC East content creators. Once the Lakers and Yankees are done here in the playoffs, I stream Laker games. I stream Yankee games. I stream every Giants game. I do a Talking Giants show every week with my man, The Entertainer, Talking Sports. So, like I said, if you're a Giants fan or sports fans, I hope you guys will like and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. There's Clocks is in the house. Everywhere what's going on. We don't have any offseason and preseason. No, I know. It was a weird year. I still expected them to be a little bit better. At least I'm a Yankee fan. Yeah, Boulder, but we'll see what that means. I don't know what the Yankees are going to do. Triple J, thank you for dropping the link to my Twitter. Yes, guys, follow me on Twitter. I will follow you back. Because, again, I'm trying to blow my Twitter. Well, not blow it up. I'm trying to get more followers on Twitter and Instagram. I'm trying to grow those social media outlets, like I said, just in case you don't get the notifications on YouTube. At least you'll know what I plan on doing, because I usually put them on both of those. So I hope you guys will do it. Mr. A. Lewis Sr. What's going on, brother? Amateur stream. He says, hey, Bad Dog, if the entertainer better watch out or you'll inherit his name. You are so entertaining when your teams are bad. Your rants are priceless. I am thoroughly entertained. I appreciate that, Mr. A. Lewis Sr. I'm going to tell you, because I know you found my channel this year. I've been on YouTube for many years, right? I changed the format of my channel back in the beginning of 2018. I completely shifted directions. I used to be a really big trash talker here, right? I actually was on YouTube in 2008 and 2009. I left for 5 years. I started a new channel in 2014. I'm widely considered the best trash talker in the history of what was the TTC, which was the trash talker circle. Legitimately, if you ask people that were in that whole faction, they'll tell you that I'll be one of the first people that comes to mind when they say your trash talk's amazing. I am actually known for my rants, Mr. A. Lewis Sr. Like I am known for ranting. I am known for those. There really isn't. The only person I can think of that rants as hard and as crazily as I do is EDP. That is it. I don't think there's really anybody else that rants like I do and actually means it. Like, I got people saying, yo, Vic, check out Vic DiBattito's video. And Vic is hilarious, but Vic is a comedian. Vic is acting. I am not. My rants are my feelings. Vic's are scripted. Okay? So that's the biggest difference. Vic's funny. Vic is a comedian. He's a professional comedian. So his videos, like I said, those are scripted comedy. Mine are real feelings about my team. But that is I am known for my rants. There isn't really a guy that rants like me. Like I said, Mr. A. Lewis Sr., when you get a chance, go onto my page and type in Ben McAdoo rant and Eli Apple rant. Check those two rants out. You want to see me really go off and really let people out? Because I used to swear in my videos a lot before I realized that I had a lot of kids watching, so I kind of cleaned up my language. But go watch the Ben McAdoo and the Eli Apple rant video. You want to see me rant? Those are rants. Chislo, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Billy says, our division's so bad, we can go 5-11 to win this division and get a top 5 pick. I think Danny will bounce back next game. Bad Dog knows how optimistic I am. Chislo, I hope you're right. And you're right. This division is god awful. Listen, I said before the season started, there's no team in this division is going to win more than 9 games. I said that. Eagle fans, Cowboys fans, each other winning 12. I don't know where they got that from, but that wasn't going to happen. So I don't know, but I've said it all year. I've said this all offseason. I've said it all year. The team that has the best divisional record in this division wins the division. If the Giants go 4-2 in this division, we can win this division. Seriously, 7-9 can win this division. Because none of these teams are great. Dallas is definitely the best team by far in this division. Their defense sucks. It's bad. It's a bad defense. Their offense is scary good, but their defense is bad. And we all have really tough schedules. We go 4-2 in this division, we can win it. Dead ass serious. That's why I'm getting madder and madder when we lose games, because I know this division's there for the taking, and we're not taking it. Chislo, thank you again for the super chat. Billy says, I hate the Eagles, but I love EDP. EDP and I had really good battle a few years back. Of course, I won. I mean, let's face it. That's probably my greatest trash talking video ever. Is when I had to let EDP know who was in charge. But I love EDP too. Obviously, we've squashed the beef. That was 5 years ago. And his Eagle rants are second to none. I love his rants. I love EDP's rants. They crack me up. I always look forward to him ripping the Eagles because I hate the Eagles with a passion. And misery loves company. So watching EDP rant his team brings me a lot of joy. And I think that's why part of my charm is the way that I rant, because I feel like Giants fans understand it. They're empathetic. They know what I'm going through. They're going through the same thing, and they like that. They feel what I feel. And I think that fans of other fan bases enjoy my misery. Like A-Bomb came in earlier and let me know he enjoyed my misery. But they also empathize with how bad your team can be. So I get it. But that's part of my charm. Demon L, you're the man. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly says, being a Giants fan and seeing your rants made me a fan of yours. I'm just going, yes, you're right, watching rants. There you go. I didn't even read that super chat. And that's exactly what I was saying. They understand. They feel what I'm feeling. I always said this. When people ask me about how do you start a channel, what do you do, give me some advice, I always just say, just be yourself. That's all you can do. People, even though they don't see you, like physically, and they can't touch you, and they don't know you, people ain't stupid. They know when you're being genuine, and they know when you're being fake. People, if they disagree with you and they don't like you, seriously, they will respect you a lot more for being you. One of the biggest freaking reasons I have got such great Eagles and Cowboys supporters on this channel, and I have torn those franchises apart for years, okay, is because they know I'm genuine and they respect, my genuinity. Is that a word? They respect how genuine I am. And I think that's a big part of it. They respect the fact that I'm not biased. They respect that I call it the way it is, and they respect that I respect them. So that's a big part of it. David Bialaglo, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, man, I really appreciate it. He says, pretty soon all sports over and only have the Giants to watch. That's depressing. Seems like established coaches have an advantage this year. Yeah, I agree. Although McCarthy's not doing much in Dallas, and Rivera's not doing much in Washington. But if you're talking about guys like on the team, yeah, I agree. I think that they definitely had a big advantage, and we discussed that. Brock, what's going on? I mean, there's a perfect example. There's one of my great Eagles supporters right there. At least yeah, exactly, Richard, exactly. Dallas has a lot of wins on the schedule. Where? Within the division, probably. You could, PB13, you could easily have 6 wins right there. You're not beating Baltimore. You're not beating Pittsburgh. You're probably going to beat Cleveland and Cincinnati. I'll give you that. You're not beating San Francisco. You already lost to the Rams. You're probably not beating the Cardinals. You're not beating the Packers. I can tell you that right now. You're not beating the Saints. Your wins are in this division. Your wins are in this division. That's where your wins are. And you could still lose in this division. That's the truth. Dallas is the best team, though. On paper, they're the best team. By a lot. Lestat, I said this before. I never said DJ was better than Kyler at any point. I have never said DJ was better than Kyler Murray, ever. That's never come out of my mouth at any point. I'm always a Kyler guy. Kyler's my guy. He'll always be my guy. Benjamin, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, $17. That is for the Lakers' 17th championship coming up here within a week or so. He says, when the Lakers lift that trophy, I'll be crying. At least I'm a member, unlike a specific 15-year-old mod of yours. Can I get a boom? There you go. Remove KP and sports perverts mods. Benjamin, I love you, buddy. You're the man. You're the man, Benjamin. Change your profile pic again, too, I see. My man, Benjamin. I love Benjamin, man. He cracks me the hell up. I sure removed it. Let's kick KP out of the Instagram chat, too. My senses are high. My tolerance is low. It's Stephen Lee, but I enjoy number 8 while he's here. DJ Smooth. Thank you for the super chat. Brilly, my good man. I appreciate it. He says, Trevor Lawrence is better than DJ. I guess if it's scripted that he's going to be better, then he will be, right? I mean, it's all scripted, DJ. So, I mean, your name is DJ, though. I mean, you really want that? I mean, your name is DJ Smooth. Do you really think Trevor Lawrence is better than DJ? Or it's just scripted? I mean, if it's scripted that he'll be better, then he'll be better, right? Is that how that goes? I don't know, man. I don't know. MC Philly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, my man. He says, Eagles are bad, too. I could see you sweeping us. Listen, I don't care how bad we are. I've said this before, MC Philly. This is true. If we go 2-14 and won both games against the Eagles, I'd be happy. I am so sick and tired of losing to you guys. You guys are bad. You are beatable this year. But at the end of the day, we always find a way to lose to you guys. It doesn't matter what the hell we do. We can be 8-0. You guys can be 0-8, and somehow you would find a way to beat us. I hate losing to Philadelphia. We are due. We could beat you, but they got to prove it to me. Keldon, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it so much, brother. Really, he says, here you go from a 49ers fan. I appreciate that, Keldon. Thank you, my man. And congratulations on the W. Good luck going forward. You guys are a really good organization. Kyle Shanahan is the freaking man. I'm sorry about Nick Bosa. That absolutely sucks. I love Nick Bosa. So I hate that you guys lost him for the year. That's terrible, but I wish you guys nothing but luck. I don't hate the Niners. I've always said my favorite rivalry outside of the division is the Giants and 49ers. I've been watching the Giants since 1984. We lost you guys in 84 in the playoffs. We beat you in 85 and 86 in the playoffs. We beat you in 1990 in the playoffs. You guys beat us in 81. I was too young for that. But we've always had really great rivalries. I remember the 1990 game on Monday night. You guys beat us 7-3. Phil Simms and Ronnie Lott got in a little argument. We came back from 17-0 down in 86. Like the Giants and Niners, the 2002 playoff when you guys came back from a 38-14 deficit, the 2011 NFC Championship game, the 1990. It's just we've had some epic battles between the Niners and Giants, and I loved every minute of it. Philly Notion, thank you for the super chat. Really. He says, Bad Dog Fire. Is it tank time 0-16? For the Giants or for the Eagles? Well, they can only go 0-15-1. But no, we don't even need to try to tank. That's just our brand of Giants football. It's our brand of Giants football. Pastor Ray Pittman. You just added that stuff, Ray? You were just Ray Pittman. Now you Pastor Ray Pittman, the etherizer. How about I just call you Ray? Really, Pastor Ray. I appreciate it. He says, I like DJ, but he has to be great to win in today's NFL. I just can't see a new GM keeping him if he doesn't show something special, just reality. Pastor Ray, I couldn't agree with you more. This is what I'm saying. I still believe in DJ. I still want to believe in DJ. I want DJ to be the man. Okay? I want to give him a chance. But I agree with you. This is a quarterback-driven league. And a quarterback really needs to be front and center, and they need to be able to carry a team. I agree with you. And I saw your comment on, I think it was Online Big Blues channel. You've been around a while. I think you were saying you've been around since the 70s as well. You've also seen really bad teams with the Giants. So, you understand this stuff. And I agree with you. KP, thank you for the super chat. Really, I appreciate it. He says, nah, Bad Dog. KP is weird towards me and go Tribe. Sports expert, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I know you're an Indians fan. Obviously, I'll be doing the Yankees and Indians tomorrow, and I hope we whoop that ass. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, Bo, sports expert, if you guys beat us, I'll root for you guys. Listen, I rooted for you guys to beat the Cubs. If the Indians beat us, which is a great possibility because I don't know what Yankee team we're getting tomorrow, but if you beat us, I'll root for the Indians to win the whole thing. Thoughts on Dak versus Wentz, Richard? I think Dak is way better than Wentz. I never would have said that last 3 years. Saying it now. Dak right now is way better than Carson Wentz. It's not close. Dak's having a good year. Dak has a great offense. Dak showed me a lot yesterday. Not going to lie. In a loss, Dak showed me a lot. He did. You got to give him credit. He showed me a lot yesterday. I don't like saying I hate saying that. I'm going to wash my mouth out with beer. But he's better. Argenta Cell, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says, I would love us to tank for Justin Fields. Yeah, it'll be Fields or Trevor Lawrence. Now, the only thing I'm going to say, Argenta, and I have to stand by this. I don't like Ohio State quarterbacks. I got to be honest. I do not like USC quarterbacks. I do not like Ohio State quarterbacks. Those are two schools I like the Giants to stay the hell away from. Now, Justin Fields did come from Georgia. I don't know what the hell that means. He did blow up at Ohio State. That system doesn't usually work, but that's not Urban Meyer's system. Now, Urban Meyer's spread offense doesn't work in the NFL. That's a totally different system at Ohio State right now. So I don't think Justin Fields will go number one overall, though. I think that he'll be two. I think Trevor Lawrence would be the first overall pick. But I listen. I don't want to say I want us to tank, but like I said, I completely understand if we are picking top two that people want a different quarterback, and I understand. I can get on board. I completely understand where you guys are coming from. I'm not going to – one thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to get these two super chats too in a second. I'll get to Chislo and I'll get to Nelly there. Nelly. Appreciate you guys. One thing I'm going to say, one thing that does irritate me on YouTube, and again, I don't really care what people think of me. I don't give a damn. I'm going to say what I say. I don't really care what anybody says. People's opinion of me on the internet means less than nothing. Seriously, I'll never meet these people. I never know these people. It doesn't matter. But I cannot stand when somebody tells me how to root for my team. Number one, I've been rooting for the Giants longer than probably 70% of my subscribers have been alive. I've been rooting for them for 37 years, okay? Long time. I would never tell anybody how to root for the Giants. I would never tell anybody they're not a fan. The only fans, like I said, I don't want people that are rooting against our team to say they're right. Like that kind of thing, I don't like that. To me, that's just crazy. Why would you root against? Why would you root for us to lose just so you could prove a point? Like that type of thing is, to me, that's sociopathic. Like that's just insanity, okay? But God, when we're a bad team and people want us to lose so we can get a player, I'm not going to get on them for that. People don't like Daniel Jones. I'm not going to get on them for that. I'm not going to tell somebody how to root for the Giants. I wouldn't expect anybody to tell me how to root for the Giants. So if people want to tank, that's their decision. I don't root for them like that, but if other people do, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're not a fan. You want them to lose. You're not a fan. I'm not going to tell them that. Not at all. They want us to lose for a reason. They don't want us to lose so that we suck. They want us to lose. Hey, we're not going anywhere. I want us to lose to get the best player in the draft. I understand that perspective. Mike Greenberg used to say that all the time on Mike and Mike. He always used to argue that. Then let's root for the Jets to lose. Why are you rooting for the Jets to win? We're going to get a worse draft pick. They're not going anywhere. What's the difference between 3-13 and 2-14? He makes a great point. You know, listen, I couldn't sit here and openly root for the Giants to beat Washington, but if we would have lost the game and got Chase Young, do you think it would have hurt my feelings? Of course it wouldn't have. Of course not. Chislo, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. So there you go. There's a tank thing right there. He says, people say tank for Trevor. The same people who are going to say tank for whoever is up to be a star quarterback after Trevor does bad for one season. I don't know if they would do it for after one season. And again, I'm going to say this, Chislo. I don't think people are saying like tank. I don't think at 0-3 they want us to lose all of our games. I think what they're saying is if we are really bad, which we may be. I'm paraphrasing because I don't know what people are saying. I don't know what they mean when they say tank for Trevor. But what I'm thinking at 0-3 when they say tank for Trevor is if we are 2-14 and we're picking first overall, take Trevor. That's kind of where I'm putting these people right now, Chislo. If we're 1-9 and they're saying tank for Trevor, then at that point I'm saying they want us to lose the rest of our games. Right now, again, I can't verify that. I don't know what they're thinking, but I'm thinking when people are saying tank for Trevor, they're saying if we are 2-14 and picking number 1 overall, I want Trevor instead of Daniel Jones. That's what I think they're saying at this juncture in the season. But like I said, if we're 1-9 at the end of November and they're saying tank, then I think it means something different. But I agree with you. There's a lot of impatience. You know, there's a lot of guys out here that have never seen the Giants win a Super Bowl. So they're going to be impatient, and I understand their perspective. I do. It's not the way I'm going to root for the Giants. I'm a little bit more patient. I've seen 4 championships here. I am sick of losing, but I have a different perspective because I've seen a lot of glory here. Some guys haven't. Some guys want to, and I understand. Nelly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, Bad Dog, I just need to know you and the entertainer got me through the trash fire call of the game yesterday. Your rant during halftime and a strong drink were the perfect therapy session. Hey, Nelly, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I had to get that out of my system. That rant had to come. I was so mad. I don't remember I think the last time I was that mad at a Giants loss was when we gave up against the Rams and lost 51-13. That was really bad. Like, that one really ticked me off. Yesterday, I was so pissed. And again, that was Entertainer's channel, so I didn't want to really get out of sorts. That's why I had to do the video, but I was not happy. Rolly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, top football people are saying there are 3 top quarterbacks in this upcoming draft, Lawrence Fields and Lance, with Lawrence being the top and Andrew Luck type. Yep. And I've heard about, someone mentioned Lance earlier from North Dakota State. So, yeah, like I said, I understand. Like I said, that's not my perspective, but I understand people's perspective when it comes to wanting another quarterback. I get it. Like I said, it's a quarterback-driven league. It's a what have you done for me lately league. It is an impatient league. We have seen the Bills, the Rams, the Niners, The Cardinals, we've seen teams turning around like that. We see the Cardinals took a huge leap going after Kyler Murray, and it's paying off for them. So I get it. What do I think of the Buffalo Bills seniors season this year? What do you think about the Yankees free agents for 2021? I don't know about the free agents for 2021 for the Yankees. I picked the Bills to win the AFC East before the season started. I'll tell you what, Josh Allen's making a believer out of me because I was not a believer in Josh Allen going into this year. And again, it's early, but that kid's played lights out. Josh Allen has played lights out. Stephon Diggs a huge addition, but the Bills are good. The Bills are a good team this year. They are a good team. They'll compete. They're a contender. The Bills are good. The Bills are a good team this year. Bills are going to go 5-1 in that division. They're going to sweep the Jets. They're going to sweep the Dolphins. They're going to go 1-1 against the Patriots. They're going to go 5-1 in that division. Hunter's football sticks a 0 to none chance between the first and 10th overall pick. Tanking makes absolutely no sense. There's no difference between the first and the 10th overall pick. I got to disagree with that. I think there's a big difference between the first and the 10th overall pick, especially when you're talking about a quarterback. I mean, definitely. I think there's a massive difference. I mean, that's why teams that trade up from like the Jets had to give up a king's ransom to go from 6 to 3. So I can't agree with that. I think there's a big difference between first and 10th, without a doubt. I think there's a big difference between first and 5th in the draft. Stephen Lilly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says DJ hasn't won season yet, so Chislow is correct. Last year, broke nearly every rookie record, and look some of the games he played. Now they want him gone. Again, Stephen, I understand your point. I get it. I'm very high on Daniel Jones, which is exactly why I'm very critical of him. I think he has a world of potential, but we want to see improvement, and that's something we're not seeing. He made a lot of bad turnovers last year. Yes, he threw 24 touchdowns. Yes, he showed signs of absolute brilliance against Washington, against Tampa Bay, against the Jets. And I was at that Jets game. He looked great outside of Jamal Adams ripping the ball out of his hands and scoring a touchdown. But he had, 3-4 touchdown games in his rookie season. It's impressive. But you take those games away, he was terrible. So his ups and downs you expect in a rookie season. For a rookie, he had a good season. But he's got to improve, guys. He can't go backwards. Okay? Dak Prescott threw more touchdowns in yesterday's game than Daniel Jones has thrown all year. He's got to get better. We can't keep making excuses for him, guys. We can't keep saying there's nobody around him. There's nobody good. There's nobody good. Well, let me ask you this. How long is it going to take to get good guys around Daniel Jones? Because if it's going to take 4 years, then Daniel Jones is going to be gone. Right? I mean, Daniel Jones will be nothing here. If we have no talent around Daniel Jones for the next 4 years, then what is the point of him being here? He's not going to do anything. So that's why I understand other people saying we need a quarterback that has a better skill set that can do things without such a great supporting cast. We need a quarterback that can win without such a great supporting cast. That is why I think they're saying this. And I like I said, I understand both sides of it. I'm a huge DJ guy. I want DJ to be the man. I root for him so hard, but that's why I'm also overly critical of him. It's tough love. I don't know any different. I was given tough love growing up. My son, same thing. My son gets out of line. I got to put him in timeout. I got to take his tablet away. I do things that he doesn't like, but he learns. He learns from that. My kid, he'll start whining or he'll talk back. I'll say, you want to go in timeout? And then I'll keep doing it. I'll say, you got the count of 3. And I'll give him the 1 and he stops. Because he knows. Because again, I think very highly of my son. My son's very smart. He's not dumb. He understands. So when he gets out of line, I got to threaten him with the timeout. I never get to 3, I can tell you. And I'm not one of those parents that goes 1, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4, 2 7/8. He don't even let me get past 1. He's like, okay, stop. Pastor Ray, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, but guys, this isn't the 80s. See, this is why I know Pastor Ray's been an old school guy. This isn't the 80s. In today's NFL, you have 2 years to prove yourself. It's just the nature of the game. Quarterbacks are very replaceable nowadays. Absolute facts. You're a pastor. Preach, my man. Preach. That is exactly the thing, guys. This is a different era. It is such a quarterback-driven league. You don't see teams carrying the ball 40 times anymore. The days of John Riggins are gone. The days of Joe Morris are gone. The days of Emmitt Smith are gone. They're not there. Walter Payton is gone. You don't have those guys. You don't have them. There are no running backs that get 35 carries a game. That just does not happen. Quarterbacks throw 40 to 45 times a game. The rules are all set up for the quarterback. Can't hit him below the knees. Can't hit him in the head. Can't hit him late. Can't breathe on him. Can't touch him. Can't scratch him. Can't contact the receiver. Can't breathe on the receiver. Can't trip the receiver. Can't go near the receiver. Can't deflect a pass off the receiver. Everything's set up for the quarterback. And again, people see Pat Mahomes. People see Kyler Murray. People look at how good Justin Herbert played the other day for the Chargers. People see how good Justin Herbert played. People look at Josh Allen. People look at Lamar Jackson. People are seeing quarterbacks develop in 2 years. And we saw it. Now Carson Wentz has regressed. Carson Wentz took a massive step forward in year 2 before he tore his ACL. He was going to win MVP that year, okay? Tore his ACL. It's bad luck. Carson Wentz took a massive step up. Jared Goff, same thing. He's regressed a little bit since year 2, but took a massive step up year 2. So you expect your quarterbacks to progress, not regress. The fact that Daniel Jones has not improved and has not cut down on his turnovers are starting to really make the doubters doubt him. They're starting to make believers doubt him, and they're starting to make the doubters say, I told you so. Simon, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says, I get the frustration with DJ, but it's been 15 games. Yeah, but that's my point. Like Ray said, it's such a quarterback-driven league, and people are so impatient. And again, people are going to just look at the Cardinals. They gave up draft cap. They gave up picks to move up to get Josh Rosen, and the next year said, nope, not our guy, and went out and got another quarterback after they gave up picks. So no quarterback is safe. It's true. T-Mac, Mad Dog. I am sometimes. Sports expert, the Big 12 stinks. Big 12 receivers stink too, by the way. I've said that all the time. They're terrible. Big 12 sucks. The Big 12 ought to just become independent. Seriously. They have no business in the Power 5. Go play with the Pac-10. They don't even belong in the Power 5. The Big 10, the SEC, and the ACC, even though it's really only Clemson and everybody else, they're your Power 5. The Pac-12 and the Big 12 suck. The Big 12 is trash. Texas almost lost to Texas Tech. There is no good thing. It's like the Big 12 is the NFC East of college football. Trash. Absolute garbage. Stephen Lilly, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says, all the quarterbacks you sang have amazing teams around them. Carson Wentz never had an amazing team around him in 2017. He didn't have any good receivers. Who was the receivers in 2017? Nelson Aguilar, Torrey Smith, Alshon Jeffrey. Who was the running back? Jay Ajayi? Is he even in the league? And Jared Goff, who is Jared Goff's receivers? Robert Woods was no good with Buffalo, but he went over there and he was great. Brandon Cooks failed in New Orleans. So I don't know. I mean, he did have Todd Gurley, because I see my man Uncle Lou. Brilly, he has to rub that in. He just has to come in and just twist the knife. Uncle Lou, I appreciate the super chat. Brilly, but Uncle Lou has got to twist the knife. He comes in with, I blame Kansas State. By the way, Uncle Lou, number one, that's the best college football video maker on YouTube, bar none, not close. You're not subscribed to Uncle Lou, subscribe to him now, okay? Morning show, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Evening show, Tuesday, Thursday. He also does Lunch Money with Pigskin Pete on Tuesday and Thursdays. I believe that's at noon. Why do I know Uncle Lou's schedule? Because I'm a huge fan of Uncle Lou, let's face it. But he is absolutely bar none the best college video maker on YouTube. And if you watch him every day, your cholesterol will be lowered, which is always a good thing. But he just has to needle me about Oklahoma. Oklahoma sucks. How do you blow the second team in the history of college football to blow a 21-point lead being a top 3 team? Yeah, we suck. By the way, Uncle Lou, I did see you. I was in Oni Kuno's stream, and I know you were in there with a couple of your friends. White Tonto saw you in Oni Kuno's stream. Uncle Lou's the man. Love Uncle Lou. Hey, Triple J, man, thanks for hanging out, brother. I appreciate it so much, man. Get a good night's sleep. We'll see you for the Yankees tomorrow, maybe. If not, we'll definitely see you for the Lakers on Wednesday, my good man. I am not safe anywhere, says Jared Alex. Oh, there's another Oklahoma fan. There you go. It's just happened. Yeah, Uncle Lou's got to come in and just twist a knife. That's Uncle Lou. That's why I love him. I do. Uncle Lou's a freaking man. I absolutely love Uncle Lou, man. There is very, very, very few content creators on YouTube that can hold my attention for 20 minutes. Uncle Lou makes a 20-minute video. I can watch every single second of that video. That's how good he is. Dead ass. Monster Saturday Flight. What's going on? Randy Moss made Dante Cole. Randy Moss made a lot of people. Resurrected Randall Cunningham's career. Rakib, what's going on? Thank you for joining the stream. Yes, I know you were there, Uncle. I know you were there. Just because I saw somebody asking you to see the back of his head. And I knew as soon as I read that, I go, oh, my man is in here, right? He's watching the debacle happen. Static Sushi, what's going on? Yeah, Nick, I think it was only a matter of time. I think the Bears brought in Foles for that reason. I didn't think they believed in Trubisky at all. I don't think the Eagles believe in Carson Wentz. Why would you draft Jalen Hurts? And Jalen Hurts is going to stink. Eagle fans keep clamoring for Jalen Hurts, and I keep telling Eagles fans he is not going to be good. That guy's a good college football quarterback, not a good NFL quarterback. Doesn't have the skill set to play in the NFL. He's a gimmick QB, right? He's a gimmick quarterback. But he is not a second round talent to me. Maybe you can ask Uncle Lou. He knows more about college football than me, but I watch every Oklahoma game, and I watch Jalen Hurts play. Now, I know Uncle Lou has a bad taste in his mouth because Jalen Hurts came in for Tua and beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. But I don't think Jalen Hurts would be very good in the NFL. I just don't. Pastor Ray, thank you for super chat. Brilly says, but my issue with DJ isn't the stats. It's the mistakes. Again, we completely agree on this, Pastor Ray, because I've seen him have pretty clean pockets this year and still turn the ball over. Yeah, he's made a lot of – that's my point, Ray. And again, I'll talk about this in great detail during my Daniel Jones video tomorrow. They got to stop. The turnovers have got to stop. The Eagles drafted Hurts as a quarterback. He's an H-back in the NFL. He's a dollar store tip. There you go. So I'm not alone. And like I said, nobody knows more about college football that I watch on YouTube than Uncle Lou. And he is. He's garbage. I said he was a fourth-round talent. They should have went in the fourth round. Eagles taking him in the second round was hilarious. And again, because I watched every single Oklahoma game. And yes, in Lincoln Riley's system where they ran Jalen Hurts 150 times and he threw it to CeeDee Lamb, who just ran down the middle of the field with nobody covering him like they all do in the Big 12, he's going to look good. CeeDee Lamb was the only guy. I said that. CeeDee Lamb, you need a skill set like CeeDee Lamb if you come out of the Big 12 to succeed. Every other Big 12 guy stinks. I told Eagle fan, Jalen Reagor will be crap in the NFL. And he got hurt. Why? Because Big 12 receivers don't get hit. Because nobody can cover in the Big – how many Big 12 cornerbacks or safeties go in the first round? It's rare. It's rare. They run free down the middle of the field. Nobody touches them. So if they get hit in the NFL, they get hurt. Denzel Mims got hurt before the season even started. Right? Josh Jackson stinks. Corey Coleman's been injured his entire career. Ryan Broyles did nothing in Detroit. The list goes on and on and on and on of Big 12 receivers that were great in the Big 12 and did nothing in the NFL. Unless they have a skill set like CeeDee Lamb or Des Bryant. It's just not going to happen for them. It doesn't. Plain and simple. Corey Coleman was made by RG3 at Baylor anyway. You know? Simon Z, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says, if we end up with the first, I would love to take a star like Trevor. Exactly. That's what I mean. I think that a lot of Giants fans are all about Trevor Lawrence if we draft first. If we draft first. I don't think Giants fans are saying tank really mean I want us to lose the next 13 games. I think they're saying if we are bad enough to draft first, I want Trevor Lawrence. I think that's what they mean. Din Djarin, my Mandalorian friend. Brilly, thank you for the super chat, sir. Sub, Laker Dog. Don't like football. I just came in to buy some of your respect. You don't, brother, you don't ever need to buy my respect. You're in all my Laker streams. That is respect enough. I will see you on Wednesday, my friend. We will win against the Heat. We're going to raise number 7. Well, the Lakers, I shouldn't say we're. I'm not a Laker guy, but not a Laker fan. I'm a Laker guy, not a Laker fan. They will win number 17. They're going to get it done. They're going to get it done. Press man coverage is a foreign language. Exactly, Uncle Lou. They don't play. It's terrible. It's just terrible. I mean, how many damn Kansas State receivers just ran down the field? Nobody covered them. Then nobody covered them. Well, yeah, that's another one, Jared. Hollywood Brown is great. I loved Hollywood Brown. But Hollywood Brown has the pedigree. Not only does this guy run a 4.35 40, he's Antonio Brown's cousin. Now, Antonio Brown is a nut job. And we know that, right? We know he's a nut job, but he's got the pedigree. Hollywood Brown is another guy that had an extraordinary skill set. So he can succeed in the NFL. Not to mention he has Lamar Jackson. That certainly helps too. But yes, he is doing well. But he also has a really good skill set. Guys from TCU are not going to have that. Guys from Baylor are not going to have that. Guys from Texas. Is Devin Duvernay doing anything? Probably not, right? Colin Johnson, is he even on a team? So I guess that's my point. But yeah, Hollywood Brown, I mean, obviously the guy's got incredible talent. You know, Ryan Broyles was made by that system at Sam Bradford. They were good for each other. When Ryan Broyles got hurt, Sam Bradford was there. Sam Bradford didn't have the same type of season. So, Mr. Calculus, what's going on? Browns and Giants should have drafted Josh Allen. That's why I got so mad at us taking Daniel Jones. I wanted Josh Allen in that draft. I believe in Daniel Jones too, Brandon. I've said this I am critical of Daniel Jones, but I absolutely believe in him. I say this in every one of my videos. I believe in him. I'm not giving up on him, but I am critical of him. Stop turning it over. He needs to stop that. That can't happen. It just can't. You can't make the bad decisions. That's the problem I have. Stop making bad decisions. You got to. Cannot turn the ball over inside your own 30 with a minute to go in the half. That can't happen. You can't throw the ball into the end zone when you're getting pressured and rolling to your weak side on a 19-play drive when you're down by 6. You can't force that throw. You can't do that stuff. Thoughts on the Yankees tomorrow, NYG 10. I've said this all the time. I don't know. We're going to stream the Yankees-Indians. I'm going to stream that game. We're going to do the play-by-play. We're going to have fun. We're going to hang out. We're going to root for the hell out of the Yankees. I know what Yankee team we get. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to think. The Yankees could be done in 2 games. The Yankees could also win the World Series. We're going to have to watch it together and find out. We're going to have to see what we got. I really do not have a feel of this team. This is a team that lost 15-20 at one point. Then they won 10 in a row and killed everybody. I honestly don't know. And a lot of these teams that we be playing in the playoffs, we didn't play in the regular season. So I really don't know. Pastor Ray, thank you for the super chat. Brilly. He says, just saw your Dave G video. The amount of draft picks this guy wasted outside of Barkley. Which of these guys can start on a playoff team today? Shake my head. That's exactly what I was talking about, Pastor Ray, that a lot of his draft picks would be backups on other teams. You know, whoever gets Trevor Lawrence has a quarterback for the next 15 years, barring injury, says Uncle Lou. Well, there you go. And like I said, Uncle Lou is going to know. And I'm telling you, there's not any more. If I ever want anything about college teams, that is where I go, especially when the Giants seem to always draft a guy from Georgia. I'm pretty sure Uncle Lou would have told you that DeAndre Baker, if I said, how good's DeAndre Baker, he would have said he's going to be – he wouldn't have said, well, be careful with DeAndre Baker. He's going to get arrested for armed robbery. But we've taken Lorenzo Carter. We've taken DeAndre Baker. We've taken Andrew Thomas. Why the hell didn't we draft Todd Gurley instead of Eric Flowers? That would have been nice. Like I said, I wanted to see Jones do well, but he's beginning to be nervous. It's not only turnovers, it's also holding on to the ball when he had guys in the yeah, he's got to be more confident in his throws. He's got to have better pocket presence, definitely. Hopefully the Yankees play the Twins. Yes, me too, Lenny. Yes, me too, because we do own them. I would take Trevor and dump DJ in a second. There you go. And obviously Uncle Lou was unbiased because he's not a Giants fan. He's just giving you what he knows about the talent from college football. And I'm telling you, and this is the truth, if the Giants do pick first, Trevor Lawrence is going to be their quarterback. I know that's going to happen. I know that's going to happen. If the Giants are picking first overall, Trevor Lawrence will be the quarterback of the Giants. We're not going to have Dave Gettleman. New GM is going to come in here and go, I want my guy. The reason the Cardinals did is because it wasn't even the GM. Cliff Kingsbury went in there and said, I want Kyler Murray. And they went out and got Kyler Murray. It's just how it is. It doesn't matter what Joe Judge wants. It ain't going to matter. There's another guy. Sterling Shepard. Been a bust. Sterling Shepard. And I loved Sterling Shepard. So excited when we drafted Sterling Shepard. Joel, I was so pumped when the Giants drafted Sterling Shepard. I said Sterling Shepard's going to be the next Victor Cruz. Sterling Shepard is that good. God, was I wrong. What a disappointment. Nobody's disappointed me more in the Giants in the last 10 years than Sterling Shepard. I was so high on Sterling Shepard, and he's been nothing but a bust. Another Big 12 receiver that is a bust. Indians scare you? They should. Shane Bieber's a damn good pitcher. You know. Why do I believe in Jones so much? Because I feel like Daniel Jones has a good skill set. I think he has a good work ethic. He's mobile. I feel like he is accurate in a tight window. I do feel like his accuracy is good. I feel like his arm strength has gotten better. He's tall. I feel like he can run an RPO. I feel like he's very versatile. He's got the skill set to succeed in the NFL. He just needs talent around him. Like I said, like Dak Prescott, he needs that type of talent. I'll always compare him to Dak Prescott because that is really what I think that Daniel Jones can be. I always said he could be a rich man's Alex Smith. Alex Smith was another guy that needed talent. He's not going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't need any damn talent to succeed. Right? He's not going to be Drew Brees. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to be those guys. But he can be Dak Prescott. He can be Alex Smith. He can be a guy that wins a lot of games if he has a good team around him. Daniel Jones isn't going to be a quarterback that has talent around him and it's going to suck. He's not going to be like, well, he's just so bad. It doesn't matter who's around him that he won't succeed. I feel like with the right pieces, he can succeed, but he can't. But other quarterbacks can succeed with less. Like people can say, the offensive line, Trevor Lawrence would be good here, all this other stuff, whatever. But do you really think Patrick Mahomes would be 0-3? Do you think the Giants would be 0-3 right now if Pat Mahomes is our quarterback? Do you think the Giants would be 0-3 if Russell Wilson was our quarterback? Do you think the Giants would be this bad if Aaron Rodgers was our quarterback? We wouldn't be. I mean, that's the honest to God's truth. But if Dak Prescott was our quarterback, we'd still be 0-3. It's the truth. Roldy, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, he says, I was not happy about Sterling Shepard because I wanted Michael Thomas. I'll be honest. I knew very little about Michael Thomas coming out of the draft. I loved Sterling Shepard, Roldy, because, again, I'm an OU guy. And I watched he and Baker Mayfield not only tear up the Big 12, but that was the year, okay, that was the year that Oklahoma actually did have the best chance to win their playoff game against Georgia. As Uncle Lou is in here. That was one of the greatest games I've ever seen. That Rose Bowl game against Georgia was phenomenal. Now, we came up on the short end of the stick. That stupid freaking kickoff before halftime that gave Georgia the field goal changed everything. God, that upset me. Okay, but that was a great game. But again, that was Sterling Shepard. That was Baker Mayfield. They killed everybody. I still don't know. I'll never understand the last play of that game either with Oklahoma. Stupid-ass Lincoln Riley, who's overrated, by the way. Lincoln Riley's very overrated. I'm going to say that right now. Brought in Kyler Murray on the last play of the game. Now, I understand Kyler Murray is a great talent, but how do you take out the Heisman Trophy winner to put in Kyler Murray on a fourth down when you need a touchdown to tie the game? Made no sense. Anybody thinks Trevor's no good because they lost to LSU is the dumbest human alive. Congrats. Oh, God, that LSU team, Uncle Lou, that's one of the best college teams we've seen. But that's one of the best college teams I've ever seen. Minsky, goated. You need help. Help with what? Frostcott Nation, what's going on? Get a wide receiver free agency. Yeah, the Giants need a free agency. Savion Sales. I'm not going to be the man. Be the man. I'm trying to, Jeffrey. I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying, my man. Who's excited to see Iowa State beat Oklahoma and TCU beat Texas? I gotta be honest, neither one of those are happening, sports expert. I joked around and said, Iowa State's going to be Oklahoma. That's not going to happen. Oklahoma's going to be mad. Oklahoma will probably blow the doors off of Iowa State, to be honest with you. And TCU's not beating Texas. TCU's no good. Nobody in the Big 12 is any good. I mean, let's face it, but they're not beating Texas, and Iowa State's not beating Oklahoma. Oklahoma won't lose another game the rest of the year. They'll win the Big 12. They'll sneak into the playoffs. They'll get beat 63-21 by Georgia. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Even Uncle Lou knows that Georgia's offense. They'll lose 38-0. That's probably what'll happen. Center, wide receiver, pass rusher. Yeah, center Everett. That is something the Giants definitely need as a center. We definitely need a center at such an underrated position. The Nick Gates experiment is not working. Can we please get rid of Nick Gates at center? What would I do if I was a GM for the New York Giants? It depends on where we're drafted. Depends on what pick. I'm going to be honest. If we're picking number 1 overall, I'm either taking Trevor Lawrence or I'm trading it back for a boatload of picks. That's what I'm doing. That's where I'm starting, right there. If I'm picking 4th, I'm taking Sewell. I'm building the offensive line. Either that or Jamar Chase. I mean, the Giants need a wide receiver really bad. I'd have to take a look at the free agent linemen, and I have to take a look at the free agent wide receivers, but those are 2 places I'm going immediately. Offensive line, we also need a pass rusher. We need an edge rusher really bad. Wide receiver, edge rusher, center, and still offensive line, right tackle. We need a lot of spots. Dave McKnight, what's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate it. Someone needs to take that guy's emojis away. Yeah, I mean, that can get knocked out easily. Oh, I saw my man Johnny Letourneau's in here. Where is he at? If this Oklahoma team gets in the playoffs, it'll make LSU look good. Yeah, Jared, you're right. You're right. That was so bad. That LSU game was so bad. Why do I even stream those games? We were down 28-0 Alabama. We were down 49-14 at halftime. Joe Burrow had 7 touchdowns against Oklahoma at the half. Steven, man, thank you so much for hanging out, buddy. I appreciate it, man. Always brilliant to you, my friend in the UK. 5 in the morning. Get some sleep, buddy. We'll see you throughout the week. We'll see you on Friday for Talking Giants. We'll see you on Sunday for the game, man. Always appreciate you being here, buddy. You know I love you. Take care. Be safe over there. You lost your fantasy game by 1.3. That sucks. Oh, Zeke Elliott's weed dealers in the Zeke Elliott's weed dealer is here. That is awesome. That is awesome. Go ahead and laugh and rant towards my Eagles. Listen, Johnny, you had the best. The Eagles had the best week of anybody in the NFC East. I mean, you guys tied the Bengals. You won the week in the NFC East. Everybody else lost. You won the week. Congratulations. Isaac Joke, bro. Yeah, Tom Coughlin. I miss him too. Trade back for picks. We only have 60. Yeah, Corey. I mean, I would do that too. Giants stopped drafting pass rushers early in a draft. That's a big part of it. Yep. We stopped drafting pass rushers and linemen. 19 teams should not even – no, I agree, Jared. I completely agree with you. Simon, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says, even during the Super Bowl era, G-Men fan was painful. Yeah, it was. We still weren't great outside of the 2008 team. We still weren't a great team. 2010 team was good too. But, yeah, we were 9-7 in 2011. We had ups and downs, and the same thing in 2007. It's true. You know. Now, when I was younger, my first Super Bowl era, 1996 to 1990, that wasn't the case. We kicked the shit out of everybody back then, except for 87 during the strike-short season. But the Giants were phenomenal from 1984 to 1990. They were fantastic. When I started watching the Giants, it was like, oh, this is easy. Now I'm going to do what my dad went through in the 70s. Chislo, thank you for the super chat. Brilly, petition to make our Eli our future GM, please. Well, I don't know how good of a GM he'd be. Maybe quarterbacks coach. Can Penei Sewell catch passes? Would you take a tackle at 4? We just did that. Definitely. Yep, I definitely would. You see what Quentin Nelson did? I mean, that was at 6. But you see what Quentin Nelson did for the Colts? Yep. I would absolutely do that. Well, like I just said though, I would have to look at the free agent linemen and the free agent wide receivers. I don't know who they are yet. Right? It's September. I haven't really looked forward to that yet. But if there's a really good free agent lineman out there, I sign him and draft the receiver. If it's vice versa, then I do vice versa. What's going on, Delia? Thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate it. You're forgetting the difference that Pat Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Drew Brees, they all had elite wide receivers, something Daniel Jones don't have. Who is Lamar Jackson's elite wide receiver? Who is Aaron Rodgers' elite wide receiver right now? Who is their elite wide receiver? Who is Drew Brees' elite wide receiver when they won the Super Bowl? Was it Marquez Colston? Like, there's something to be said about those guys making their receivers better too, guys. You can't just all put it on the receiver. There's something to be said about the quarterbacks making the receivers better. There's something to be said about that. Because you look at a lot of good wide receivers that leave good quarterbacks, they end up doing nothing in other teams. Like I said, Robert Woods was nothing in Buffalo, went to play with Jared Goff, got a lot better. You know? There's something to be said about that too. Dimitri, thank you for the super chat. Brilly says Mara is the biggest problem. Absolutely. It all starts with ownership. You think receivers are worth a first-round pick? I only go over the trenches, quarterback in the first. No, Notorious, I definitely think they're worth a first-round pick. Maybe not a top 5 pick, but definitely I think there's some receivers that are, especially when you really need them. Definitely. Ayush, what's going on, man? Thank you for your stream. Okay, Boomer, I mean, come on. Of course I'm picking the Lakers. Of course. Am I excited for my Yankees? Johnny, I don't know what the Yankees are. It's hard to get excited. We're going to find out tomorrow. I'll be excited when I call the game. I can tell you that. Elite wide receivers is dead just like elite running backs. No, there's elite wide receivers. But like I said, quarterbacks have a lot to do with the receiver being elite. They do. Lamar Jackson has Marquise Brown. Mark Andrews is a tight end. And is Marquise Brown, is he an elite wide receiver? Now, both of those guys came from OU. Shout out to the Sooners, by the way. Boomer Sooner. And I love Mark Andrews here. But is Marquise Brown an elite wide receiver? I'm not calling him elite. I'll say that he's very good. I'll say that he's very fast. I love Marquise Brown. I love Hollywood. I'm not willing to call him an elite wide receiver yet. He's not Michael Thomas. You know, he's not DeAndre Hopkins. He's not those guys. I can't say Hollywood Brown is an elite wide receiver. Not after one season. I can't put him there. I can't say he's an elite wide receiver. Not after 1 year. Moments that the Chiefs are going back-to-back, that can very well happen. Of course, it helps to have Andy Reid as head coach. Pastor Ray, thank you for the super chat. Really, Muggerman says, the arrogance of Gettleman is what annoys me. Mike Francesa talked about this years ago. Gettleman acts like he's the smartest guy in the world. Yeah, that's not good. And Uncle Lou's got a great point here. Patriots have had 25 receivers in the last 15 years that nobody would have ever heard of if they played somewhere else. And that's a perfect example, Uncle Lou. Wes Welker with the Dolphins, trash. Goes to the Patriots, has a 1,000-yard season every year with Tom Brady. Every year he has a 1,000-yard season with Tom Brady. Goes to Denver with Peyton Manning, not good anymore. Decent, no 1,000. Wes Welker never had a 1,000-yard season outside of playing for the New England Patriots. I mean, who did Tom Brady have that was fantastic? Troy Brown, Deion Branch, Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman. Well, Edelman's probably a Hall of Famer, so you can thank Tom Brady for that. Randy Moss. Randy Moss was the guy. Randy Moss was the elite receiver. And what did they do when Randy Moss got there? Well, Tom Brady set the passing touchdown record that year at 50 of them. So that was the first thing he did. Randy Moss, although there needs to be an asterisk next to it, set the receiving touchdown record with 23. And the reason I say there should be an asterisk is because Jerry Rice set that record in 1987. He had 22 touchdown receptions, but he missed 3 games because there was 3 games that were played by the replacements. So Jerry Rice only played 12 games that year. So he scored 22 touchdowns in 12 games. But regardless, Randy Moss had 23 touchdowns. They were 16-0. They were 18-0 until they faced my Giants, or our Giants, I should say, lost. But it just shows you. Something said about a quarterback making his receiver too, guys. King Reyes, what's going on? It's some man sports critics in the house. What's going on, buddy? Thank you for streaming. We live for like another 10 minutes. And then I will call it a night. Doc Rivers is overrated. That's why he got fired. Probably because Trevor is bigger, taller, faster, and more mobile and better arm than Luck. There you go. Trevor Lawrence is special, guys. Trevor Lawrence is special. I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask you, Giants fans, and I want you to give me an honest answer. Honest answer. We finished 2-14 this year. We're picking number 1 overall. Picking number 1 overall. Are you going to sit there and tell me, would you rather have Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence? And it's a legitimate question. Because there is a good possibility that we do pick number 1 overall. This team is not good. If we're picking first and Trevor Lawrence is there, do you really want Daniel Jones instead of Trevor Lawrence? That's something you need to ask yourself. If we're 2-14, that means Daniel Jones has had a terrible year. You're going to take Trevor Lawrence. I saw somebody say Justin Fields, and that's fine too. Bobby Chulo, Chad, you're a Buckeye fan. I get it. You know my feeling about Ohio State quarterbacks. You also told us that Dwayne Haskins was going to be great. Dwayne Haskins sucks. And I told you that was going to happen. Ohio State quarterbacks, Florida quarterbacks, USC quarterbacks, they all stink. Stay away. Stay away. Now, Justin Fields came from Georgia, maybe different. That's not Urban Meyer's system in Ohio State. I've said that before. Maybe he's different. I don't like that school's quarterbacks, and I don't like USC quarterbacks. And I don't like Florida quarterbacks, but I get it, regardless. And I see everybody saying Trevor Lawrence. So that is my point. So pretty much you're telling me you don't believe it, that you would rather go with Trevor Lawrence. That just tells you that everybody thinks Trevor Lawrence is better than Daniel Jones. That's my point. I'm not going to get mad at somebody that says they want to keep Daniel Jones, and I'm not going to get mad at somebody that says they want to take Trevor Lawrence. Because like I said, I understand both. But I think 90% of the people are going to say, you know what? If we're 2-14 and Daniel Jones has played the way he has the first 3 games, if Daniel Jones turns the ball over 27 times in 16 games, which is a possibility because I think that's the pace that he's on right now, you're going to say, yeah, I want to get I don't care. Give me Trevor Lawrence. If Sanchez went back-to-back AFC championships, I don't want to start over. We need to bring other options to make this team better. But the Jets had a great defense. I think they also had Curtis Martin back then. They had that. I don't know if he was there in 2008, 2009, I forget. Trevor Lawrence won't do crap. Weak O-line will screw us no matter who's under center. But you don't know what this offensive line is going to be. And if Trevor Lawrence is more mobile and more accurate, and again, you guys keep saying that the offensive line is bad. Jake, you've seen a lot of guys in this chat. Pastor Ray, Roldy Lewis, Jeffrey Abbey. They've all talked about how Daniel Jones has actually had a good pocket this year. The Giants have pass protected well. Their run blocking sucks. I don't know how you can pass block and not run block, but that is the Giants. Daniel Jones has not been under the pressure nearly as much. Now, against Pittsburgh he was, but he has not been against the pressure nearly as much as he was last year, and he has had good pockets to throw in. He's also missed throws this year. Yes, our offensive line isn't good, but you can say Trevor Lawrence wouldn't do anything here. That's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, if Trevor Lawrence is available to the Giants, would you rather have Daniel Jones? That's my question. I'm not asking you if Trevor Lawrence would succeed or fail here. I'm asking you, would you rather have Trevor Lawrence or Daniel Jones going forward? That's the question. That's the question. Because maybe Trevor Lawrence does come in here and he sucks. Maybe that's the case. But we don't know. It's a legitimate question because this Giants team is really bad, and there's a possibility they could pick first overall. O-line is better. We do pass block. Yeah, we do pass block better. We do. Playboy gets going on. I says Sam Darnold's actually better than Daniel Jones. He's not. He's not Playboy. He's not better. Sam Darnold is not better than Daniel Jones. He's not. Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's terrible. Sam Darnold's never been good. Daniel Jones looked like he was under last Sunday. I don't know what Daniel Jones was doing. I don't know what he was doing. He had 90 yards passing going into the fourth quarter of that game. That's not acceptable. It's just not. If he gets a haircut, you're talking about Trevor Lawrence, BJ, if he gets a haircut? Sam Darnold does things to me. Sam could have been the dude, his damaged goods, Jets ruined his ass. I don't think Sam Darnold was ever going to be good. I think, again, MD, I think Sam Darnold needed to be like Daniel Jones, like he needed to be like Dak Prescott. Sam Darnold is a guy that needs a ton around him to succeed, not a guy that's good enough to be good on his own. As I've said, the Jets did that guy no favors, but Sam Darnold was never going to be a good quarterback in this league. I never liked his game. He turned the ball over a ton at USC. This is nothing new. The team has a lot more problems than Daniel Jones. I completely agree, Sabrina. They definitely do. Definitely do. They definitely do. Daniel Jones could have been Odell Beckham. He could have. He could have. Browns, Jets, Giants should have drafted Josh Allen. Quarterback or the pass rusher? If Jeffrey Abbey is saying that number 8 is better than Sam Darnold, then Sam Darnold really sucks. That's all. That's all I gotta say. If Jeffrey Abbey's saying that Jones is better than Darnold, then Darnold really stinks. That just really strengthened my argument. Philly fans since '94, thank you for the super chat. Really. So the Jets, in my opinion, are getting Justin Fields. He is better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold stinks. I'll give him that. Yes, Justin Fields is better than Sam Darnold. I completely agree. Mexican Giant says we're picking first. Daniel Jones is better than us. Yeah, it does. It's not saying much, but he is better. Yes, he is a box head, Marjorie. Yeah, Sam Darnold's head is a square. I don't have a square down here, but if I did, Sam Darnold's head is kind of built like this thing right here. Like Sam Darnold's head, like if you put it here, like that's Sam Darnold. It's a square. He's microwave head. TV head Sam Darnold. Jets fans way too delusional thinking Darnold. Yeah, they're starting to come around, Bubba. They're starting to come around. Well, Jake, as I said in my video today, I don't know where the hell our boat keeps taking on water and the Giants keep sinking deeper and deeper and deeper into the ocean. I don't know where the hell the bottom of this. I don't know where the hell the ocean floor is here. Because every time you think that we can't get worse, we get worse. So I don't know when the hell I don't know where the hell we go from. I don't know how much farther deeper we can go. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields, both New York teams pick 1 and 2 and trade their quarterbacks for picks. That could definitely happen, Playboy. Definitely. That could definitely happen. We've got games in the schedule. I think me too, Roldy. I think we can beat Washington. I think we can beat Philadelphia. I think we can beat Cincinnati. I think we can beat Cleveland. But we'll see. We'll see. We could also lose all those games. So I hope DJ and this team will be excellently coached and that we can get there. Don't despair. No, Andrew, I agree with you. I mean, I'm holding out hope too. But as I said, if the Giants are picking number 1 overall, we'll see what happens. The Giants are the Knicks now. SN Ross. Yeah, they are. They are. They're a terrible team. We're changing coaches and we're changing coaches and GMs like underwear. At least I hope some of you change your underwear like that. And it's like the Knicks. And nothing's helping because ownership is bad. Sounds good, MIG10, man. No problem. Get yourself some sleep. I'm going to close it out now myself. So Get some sleep, guys. Swag Waffles, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you for joining the stream, man. Rams going to be tough this week. Completely agree. We're going to get blown out this week. Get blown out. I think it helps the Giants in the NFC East. There's at least 4 winnable games. No, that's true. Listen, the Giants can win this division at 7-9. If we go 4-2 in this division and finish 7-9, that means you'd be 3-7 against the rest of the league. They can win this division. I'm dead ass serious. Mary Eagles going. Playboy, completely agree with you, man. Completely agree. Joe Judge came out of nowhere. And I like that the Giants thought outside the box. Mahi Hossein, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all you guys, girls. But it is 12:30, so I'm going to wrap it up. That is the end of the therapy session. I do want to thank, again, all you guys and girls for hanging out with me. And again, I want to thank you so much for just all the support. On the videos, on the Giants games, on Laker live streams, on the Talking Giants show. Because, again, the Giants are so bad. And we've been so bad for so long. And it doesn't even matter. Like, at the end of the year, we've been, 2-10. And you guys still show a ton of support. And I know if the Eagles are 2-10, a lot of their fan base is going to leave. I already know that. It would happen with the Cowboys, too. I've seen it. The Giants fan base just continues to get stronger, even though our team continues to be awful. And that just speaks volumes to how great this, the fan base is on YouTube. It's amazing. So I just want to thank you guys, girls, so much for everything you do for me. I say it all the time. You guys, girls, are way too good to me. And I really, really appreciate it, man. I really do. Jeffrey, no problem. I'm always here to try to entertain. It is 4 p.m. someplace, T-Mac. I had a couple tonight. G-Money, what's going on? Yes, I agree. Ownership is to blame. I completely agree. It starts with ownership. No doubt about that. Not a doubt. Yeah, Jeffrey, we'll definitely get through this. We get through every season together, That's why we need these therapy sessions once in a while. Deal, you don't need to thank me, man. Thank you for being here. But, yeah, guys, girls, I'm going to wrap it up. And this is a really good audience for me. I don't usually have 350 people in here. So, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate hanging out and helping me get through this god-awful season so far. Hopefully Daniel Jones improves. Hopefully this line learns how to block. Hopefully we find a way to win a couple of games. And hopefully we beat the teams in this division. If nothing else happens this year, can we please beat the Cowboys and Eagles just once? If nothing else happens, let's have that happen, please. But once again, guys, I just want to say, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night. And like I said, I'm going to be streaming the Yankees and Indians tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will swing by for that. And then, of course, the Lakers and the Heat in the finals on Wednesday. I'll be live for that. Talking Giants on Friday. And I'll be on my channel with the Entertainment Talking Sports. And then, of course, Giants-Rams on Sunday. That'll also be live on this channel. Hope to see you all there. Again, guys, thank you so much for everything you do for me. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Until then, bad diggity dizzle. Have a great night. I'm gone. Peace.